welcome to the Rap Show. Would you use him at home? Let us know.
If you don't have her, get her in the team.
5 million points scored. Where are they going to spend it?
Simple cross and power shot.
He made it look simple.
Hello and welcome to the second half of the FC Pro Open. Happy New Year to everyone as well. Welcome to 2025. My name is Richard Buckley. It's a pleasure to be joined next to Ryan Pessoa for the next 15-ish minutes to look through the pros teams, the squad building requirements and your community teams at home. Ryan, 2025 is here. What are you expecting? What's your New Year's resolution? I'm going to put you on the spot for competitive FC this year. What do you want to see?
I want to see Anders back-to-back. That's what I want to see, right? I'll be happy to see that. Of course, Happy New Year to everyone at home as well. I still can't believe we might be seeing, or not might be, we will be seeing someone qualify for the FC Pro World Championships already in January.
Well, let's have a look who it could be. Group A is where we join the FC 25 season here again, and it's Jafonso on top of the table. He's the front runner, Ryan, at the moment. Who else could be in with a shot of catching Jafonso today? Where are your eyes peeled?
I would say Stingray and Nickstep, obviously, because they're the ones closest to him, both on 9 points. Faku Cohen, though, we both spoke behind the scenes. We were impressed with this performance.
Really good.
I feel as if 6 points doesn't do him the justice he deserves. Sharif and Mark, despite being on 4 points, they're still in the conversation.
They certainly are. Every week on the FC Pro Open, we have a unique set of squad building requirements, and this week is no different. We've had so many promos since the last time we joined you on the 16th of December, and as we go into 2025, it is a little bit cold. It's snowing up north, where I came from today. It's winter wildcards. You've got to use 4 minimum in your team this evening. You have to use 1 winter wildcard hero. You're only allowed 2 gold items, and you have to use a winter wildcard icon as well in a 9 million budget. Ryan, what's your initial thoughts on that requirement?
I like it. I'm a big fan of the maximum 2 gold items because a lot of the teams we've been seeing over the past weeks, Theo Hernandez, Mbappe, Virgil van Dijk. So if you're going to have to use them, you're going to be having to maybe get a better version, which could take up a large portion of the budget.
I'm intrigued to find out what everyone at home is using. Shall we
let's
go and have a walk and talk?
Let's go.
Let's go and have a look at some of your community teams at home. As always, we break it down, we tell you what's good, and we also tell you what's very, very bad, because some of your teams need some work. First up, we have got Coutinho. Ryan, what do you make of the team? Give me a rating out of 10 as well on this, please.
You know what? It's not as bad as I thought it would be. Jorginho, Vinny, and Mbappe, the front 3. I like it. Out of 10, I'm going
to give you a rating here.
I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Wow. 7 out of 10 for the first team. Let's have a look what's next. We're going to try and get through as many as we can. We've got Riley's team right here. Initial thoughts, first reaction?
You know what? I don't want to be
stinker?
harsh. It's a stinker. Bobby Moore. Yeah, I don't even know where to begin
Bobby
to dissect
Moore,
this team.
Renard.
Lahm,
Oh.
Ter Stegen, Porro in left back. The fact I didn't even know he could play left back tells you everything you need to know, but...
What are we giving it out of 10?
4.
A 4
giving it a
out
4.
of 10 for Riley's team. We'll try and get one more in before we break down some of the pros teams. We've got XX Syntix here. I like the Hazard. I like the McManaman. I like Tevez, but as Plaqueta Mascherano.
Yeah, I'll be honest, when I first saw this squad, I thought, what SBC is it going into? Might go into the Icon SBC that came out yesterday, but this one is a disaster.
What are we giving it out of 10? Is it worse?
It's a 1. Vinny's on the bench. It might even be a 0. I'll give it a 1 to be nice.
A 1 out of 10. I've already wrote 1, so you're not changing. 1 out of 10. Syntix, you're going to need some help on the squad building requirements front, my friend. However, our pros have also been putting their wits, putting their team in. Here's what Jafonso made of those requirements early today.
Yeah, I think this week the restrictions are much better than week 1. I think I have 2 players that I use in week 1. That's Theo Hernandez and Mbappe, and Courtois. So yeah, I'm happy with these restrictions, and let's see.
Let's have a look at Jafonso's squad. Ryan, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to break this down.
Yep.
What do you like, what do you not like, potentially, in this team?
This is more like it. Of course, the introduction of the winter wildcard items, he's chosen his 4 in Rudiger, Rolfo, Vinicius Jr. and McManaman. I like it, it's well-rounded. You could argue maybe in Cam, you could maybe, depends on the play style. We've seen Savinay use that Cam for the long ball pass plus play style, but Bonmati is still capable there too.
I like her Barcelona midfielder. Very, very nice.
Yeah.
Rolfo in that position, 2 playstyle pluses as well. What is it about Rolfo that could be make or break in this team?
It's the two things you said, the two passing play styles. You can see incisive and long ball pass plus. On their own are incredible, but the fact they're coupled up together on any item, especially in midfield, just sets them apart from the rest.
Well, let's have a deeper look at it here. We can see the attributes. I'm going to go to the negative first because it's green all over the place. It is quite Christmassy, really. What do you, aggression low? Could that be a factor of why she wouldn't be in more teams?
For me, I've used her at home. She's good. Defensively, though, she is lacking the physicality in midfield. However, if you do partner her with somebody that has the presence, it can sort of subside that, and she does provide a lot going forward.
Onto playstyles as well, very quickly. We know those two playstyle pluses. Whipped cross as well. No tiki-taka silver, which could put
open
people off.
pass as well.
But I know you like this jockey quick step combination.
Yeah, I'm serious. This is a serious thing here. When you're jockeying in the midfield or you just want to cut a passing lane, those two go hand in hand. They work really well. Trickster's nice too, but it's not really necessary on a centre mid, but it's still useful.
Well, that's Jafonzo's team. We're not only going to look at Jafonzo's team, we broke it down. We've got someone else to have a look at before the action starts. It's Stingray's team, and instead of hearing a 10-second bit from him, Stingray, come on in, my friend, because we've got your team and we can ask you about it. Happy New Year, welcome.
Thank you.
Talk to me about this team, because R9 is in. I think for the first time this year, we've seen R9 in a squad. A lot of coins in this team. We're going to come back to him because I want to talk to him for a little bit longer. What do you make of the team first?
If I could put it in 2 words, it's pure excellence.
Okay.
There's not one thing wrong with this team.
Hold on a second. Let me stop you, right?
Harry Kane.
What's going on? I think there's a game plan. The blueprint is there clearly. The shoot in the finesse shot plus play style. Is it simply as that? He just can shoot from far, can shoot in the box. You can trust him.
Listen, I said pure excellence, and nobody embodies that in this team. Over Kane.
Okay, fair enough.
Haaland centre-back, new addition over the winter break.
Unbelievable.
Is he the best centre-back on the game?
Oh, honestly, right. So I've got a little secret. I bought him when he first came out at 3 million coins. 2 hours later, he was 1 million coins. So I've got a little agenda against him, but other than that, he's unbelievable.
Let's get into R9. Let's get into this behemoth. 4.5 million coins he cost. He used to be in every single squad when we didn't have restrictions. How nice is it, firstly, Sting, to get R9 back in your hands at a LAN event?
Oh, honestly, he's like my child. Like, you know, you say you can't pick a favourite child.
You have.
I picked him over Kane. He's the guy.
And for you, Ryan, what makes him so good? Because I think, you've played with him?
I played with him myself, yeah. I wasn't able to afford the better version. What's say better? I'm going to argue this is in the conversation as well, is the technical plus play style. He still has the 5-star skill moves and weak foot compared to the 94 and the 95 version.
Is there anything that's negative here?
You could argue the passing stat. I do understand it. 73 passing, but I don't have him in the team to pass. You're the person receiving the ball, doing the technical dribbling, the shooting in the area, the skill moves. I'm fine with it.
Sting is very different to Drogba. Obviously, Drogba was your second child. Yeah. This is your first child in R9. What's the big differences for you from Drogba to R9? Obviously, it's a big game plan change as well. You tactically wise, are you having to change with the meta?
I'll be honest, right? Drogba was there for 2 reasons. 1, he's the fastest man alive. 2, power shots. But he's 96 pace.
He's quick.
He's sprint boost as well. He is undoubtedly quickest. He's the quickest in the game. He's quicker than Drogba. He's quicker than anyone else I tried.
Let's have a little look at his play styles, because not loads, only 5 play styles, technical plus as well. Is there anything that he's missing? I'm going to go out and say. Maybe a tiki-taka?
If you're being greedy, you could have a little passing play style there. You could maybe even have rapid to partner with the quick step. I think what he has is fine. He's got Trickster for the Trickster fake shots here. First touch as well, a finesse shot in silver. But the technical plus play style in gold, the R1 dribbling controlled sprint with him is incredible.
Is he worth the coins? 9 million budget, he's 100%. Half of it. Is he worth it? One player, half the budget straight away.
I'm going to go out and say, we haven't even seen it yet, MVP already.
What about you, for you, Sting?
Well, I mean,
have you used him before this?
I packed him actually, you know.
Here we go.
Just saying. But him and Kane, it's like John Cena vs The Rock. You can't, you just got to enjoy both of them.
Yeah, right.
Enjoy him in the prime. Okay, Sting, I've got to ask you as well about the tournament today. How are you feeling coming into it? Obviously, you're in the midst of finishing top, but what are you expecting from today?
I'm going to be honest. Top 3 is the goal right now. I mean, Jafonzo's sitting pretty at the top of the tree. I've got my Ipswich teammate hopefully doing a job on him first game, but top 3 is the goal. And obviously, you know, first wouldn't be too bad.
Well, very best of luck, mate. We've got an unbelievable day coming your way. Jafonzo, top of the table, 12 points. You look at the rest of the pack. They're all chasing the Portuguese star. Nick Sneb's in the hunt for a spot. Mark 11, the Aussies, trying to turn it around. And Sharif, he's got to get Morocco on his side. Come back in a few minutes. fighting for the right to sit on the throne at top of FC. That is magnificent! Ice cold!
The confidence is oozing out of him.
It's life-changing, it really is.
Mateus! Your FC Pro Open champion!
It is time for Group A of the FC Pro Open, and what a lineup we've got. We've got the likes of Mark 11, we've got Facu Cohen. I mean, look at that. Jafonso, the man who is top at the minute.
Mbappe might get the pickings of that one! Squeeze into the near post!
Into Kylian Mbappe, great times.
Jafonso was absolutely sensational. We spoke about it earlier on, about whether the pressure would get to him. Didn't really look like it, did it?
I thought Stingray would be a little bit high. He started well and fell off a little bit, but I think Mark 11's a bit short.
Mark, unfortunately, still going to be only on 1 point.
Tough night. Go again in a month's time, no point sulking about it right now.
And these are the games that you look back on and think that should have been a win. It could be defining.
I don't know what's going to happen. Everything's to play for.
And we can't wait to do all again.
Hello and welcome back to FC Pro. Happy New Year, everybody. It's time for the second stage of the competition. We're back with Group A, but there is a lot on the line. We're also joined by some special talent. The best esports commentator in the world, Brandon Smith, and a man whose team finally got a point at the weekend. It's Pieface. Pie, welcome back, my friend. How are you feeling?
Yeah, thanks for that, FG. That was a nice it's all right, little kick me while I'm down, mate. But no, plenty of points to play for tonight. I'm excited for it.
I like what you did there. That was very, very smart. Now, listen, we've seen Group A already, Brandon, but we've got some spectacular names, and there is so much more on the line today.
Absolutely, this is different. When we first saw them 4 weeks ago, it was an introduction. Welcome back to the FC Pro Open tonight. One player will be going straight through to the World Championships, and 3 players will be eliminated.
Well, listen, there's a massive amount on the line, and look, on the screen behind us in a minute, you'll see, like we always do, the lovely television centre where we are and the arrivals of the players coming in. Look how good that is, Pi. Look, it's incredible, isn't it? But we've got the likes of Jafonso, who did so well in Group A last time. Who are you looking forward to seeing the most?
I've got to back Mark 11 to go on a big comeback today. I'm Team Fatwas at heart, so I want to see him do well, so that's what I'm going with.
It's a big shout, but it could happen, and I'm all for it. I want to see some drama today in the FC Pro Open. For me, I'm just looking forward to seeing how Jafonso can carry on that momentum, because look, as we can see behind us now, he was near enough perfect. He complained at the end of the day saying I wanted 15 points out of 15, but he still got 12 FG. He did really well.
He did indeed. He was our player of the day as well. But listen, let's take a look at the Group A table as it stands. Now, Brandon, you just mentioned straight away that man Jafonso was in sensational form. He played 5 games. He won 4, but he wasn't quite happy with not going 5 out of 5.
No, 12 points is massive, though, at this stage. I think he's pretty much going to secure himself to go through. It's a battle for these 2nd and 3rd places that's going to be pretty exciting, I think.
Now, I mean, 2nd and 3rd is important, but 4th spot this year is also important, Brandon.
Yeah, I love what they've done this year in the FC Pro Open, because every point, every goal means so much more, because if you finish number 1 tonight, you go straight through to the World Championships later on this summer. Finish 2nd and 3rd, you'll also go to the knockout stages of this competition, the FC Pro Open. But as you mentioned, if you finish 4th, you get invited back to the qualifier next year. You miss out a massive step in the process of getting back to the FC Pro Open.
Now, if you enjoyed the first round of fixtures in Group A, this is where it all begins. This is where it's super important, because there is so much on the line. We're looking at them first round of fixtures, our featured match, Mark 11 against Jafonso. Now, at the minute, Mark 11, it's not going too good for him, Pi. I know you're a massive Futwiz fan, I think we all are. We might get a backflip from Denman if he qualifies today.
Yeah, and it's a massive first game for him having to play Jafonso. I think a point or better and he'll be happy. But for confidence, he wants to put in a good performance, I think, early.
And now we have to, of course, focus on that man Jafonso, because, I mean, 4 wins out of 5 last time. Let's show you what he was doing in Group A last time. He entered this competition, Brandon, as a brand new signing for Al Nassr and Makers Esports, and he was playing like he had no pressure at all, and as you can see by what we're seeing on the screen, he was in scintillating form.
Absolutely. I think we came into the FC Pro Open. He was first week in action in December. We were sitting there thinking, look, there's a lot of hype around this man. I think he just broke a transfer record, that he was signed from Lunar Galaxy, Diogo Jota's esports organisation, to Al Nassr, and he backed it up. The esports World Cup champion, the #1 ranked player in the world at the time. Now he's dropped down to 3rd in the rankings of the FC Pro Open. He was great, 12 points from 15. Can we see that again tonight?
Me and Pi were just in awe at what we've just seen. I
Oh,
can't wait
yeah, one of them goals.
I can't wait to see this today. This is going to be absolutely sensational. But of course, the featured match involves a man who's playing him and needs some points, and he's with our very own Ryan Pessoa.
Thank you, FG. As you said, I'm joined by Mark 11. And of course, week 1 didn't go as planned. You finished on 4 points. However, you're still in the conversation. Preparation for this week, how do you think it's gone?
Well, to be honest, week 1 it went amazing, so I don't know what happened. But week 2, obviously, we're back again. I practiced good, tried a lot of tactics, and I guess we'll see what happens.
Well, your first game's up against Jafonzo. You managed to get 12 points from a possible 15. Do you see this game as sort of, not a free hit as per se, but the pressure's sort of off in a way because you still expect us to take points from everybody else? Yeah,
it's a bit embarrassing if he loses to last place, right? So I guess all the pressure's on him. So it's whatever happens really. But obviously I'll try my best to win. He's obviously we're going to top the group. He's one of the best players in the world. So yeah.
Yeah, we also speak a lot about mentality in tournaments, being able to bounce back when you feel like the odds are against you. Do you find it difficult, obviously, having to get the points for yourself, but also worry about other results going in your favour as well?
Of course, you need like results to go your way, but if you don't get like the points yourself, you're never gonna finish top 3 where you want to be. So you just gotta focus on yourself, and if it's meant to be, it'll be. Yeah, one last one. Demon promised a backflip. If you made it last week, you're gonna backflip as well if you make it through. If I top 3, we want a backflip. Top 3, I'll do a backflip for you. Okay, so remember he said that, right? I wish you the best of luck in your game against Jafon. So let's head on over to Richard and Pieface. Well, we do a backflip from Mark if he qualifies, and also do a Robbie Keane celebration from Denman. So I'm looking forward to it if Mark does qualify. Pi, you join me on the analysis station right now. Let's have a little deep dive into Mark's team. Yes. First thing I want to draw attention to 24 Ken. Yeah.
Well, as Ryan mentioned earlier, when I first saw this, I thought, where's the SBC? I was quite shocked. Do understand that Mehmeti is going to get subbed off of Vinicius Junior. Now, we're not entirely sure what way around these two are going, whether Leao's going to play on the wing or Neymar's going to play on the wing. We're not sure. What are we making of Jonathan Tah? Obviously, brand new promo. Yeah. The game only came out last Friday. No real time to get used to him. Straight in the team. Yeah, I've heard good things. I was very shocked at his price. I think it's around 400,000 coins for that item. I didn't expect it, so I assume he's going to be solid. Have you had any hands-on with any of these? Yeah, Hierro, Passion Plus. Just want to say, he's got the Passion Plus, that hidden play style that we love. The two centre mids here, Vitinha and Xavi, now both with 2 play style pluses. That Vitinha, I love a passing play style, even as, you know, a bit of an idiot. But that ping pass plus, incisive pass plus, big fan of that on them. Well, not only will Mark be playing for himself in this tournament, but he'll also be playing for all of you who have invested in his FC Pro Live item. I did. You did. I think you picked a few Mortys up earlier today. These are the upgrades from last time out. So the one on the left, obviously where they started, the one on the right, what they're currently situated at now. Let us know in the chat, have you picked any of these players up? I made a lot of coins last time on Oxlade-Chamberlain. Yeah, I've got in on him as well. Yeah. I've bought Morty and Oxlade-Chamberlain. Bynol Gittins, pretty expensive as well. Redondo, not a bad player. Obviously, 16 points, another upgrade. So if Jafonzo wins a few games, he will continue to upgrade. It's going to be a big, big night. Pi, who do you think is going to qualify? I just want to name alongside Jafonzo. Don't go easy. One of these plus Jafonzo. Next step. Next step. Yeah, Next step's going to make it. That's what I'm going with, yeah. There you go. Pi's got his prediction. Let us know in the chat what you think is going to happen. It's going to be a huge night of FC action.
We are back. It is time for the FC Pro Open.
This group is superb. Sharif, who's got so many fans watching. The 3 mates, Nick Sneb, Stingray and Mark. Facu Cummins back for another year. And of course, Jafonzo, the #1 ranked FC Pro player.
Group A, here we go. I mean, this is absolutely stacked.
It is non-stop Portuguese pressure.
It's good, but I'm a little bit mad with myself because I really wanted to finish with 5 wins, but I take for the first week.
When he's in flow state, Sneb, he's the player that can get out of this group. From what I've played against all the players today, I feel like I can beat every single one of them next time I come round, so the goal now is to win the group.
Stingray, he's one of the best players in the world, full stop.
For the next week, I'm just going to try and stick with what I know best. Pure, beautiful football 4-4-2.
Facu Cohen, don't count him out yet.
Creo que hoy no fue suficiente los puntos que hice. Creo que jugué mejor como para hacer más puntos, pero lo importante es que todavía tengo chances en la semana siguiente.
Feel better for Mark, but of course he's got the ability. I think he will sooner start to get points on the board and kick into gear.
It's big, but it's not that big. It's only like 5 points to second place. Jafonzo's already topped the group. We just need to worry about second and third. Hopefully, can sneak in there.
Sharif, I think already knows it's game over.
If the other opponents lost, maybe if I won my matches, why not to reach the top 1 of the group? Everything is possible.
Well, it doesn't get much bigger than this tonight, does it? The FC Pro Open. It really is judgment day for these 6 players. Only 3 can make it through to the knockout stages. Myself, Brandon Smith and Ryan Pessoa will be guiding you through our first round of 5 tonight, and we kick off with this one as our featured matchup. Esports World Cup champion Jafonzo of Al Nassr up against Mark 11 of Team FUTWIZ, who has got a massive task on his hands tonight, if he is to make it into a top 3, Ryan.
Yeah, absolutely, but I still feel like there's pressure on the side of Jafonzo as well. We expect Jafonzo to smooth sail through this group, as he did in the first week. However, if he loses this game, he gets dragged back into the conversation of who makes it through the top 3.
There's only 5 points.
Yeah,
you have to remind, 5 points from Mark 11 from 6th to 3rd.
Yep.
There are 15 points up for grabs tonight. If he was to have an incredible night, this table will change. It will completely flip on its head. But this man was so good last time we saw him. He is representing that Fabio Carvalho in-game item, which I know a number of you have been behind and invested in. I know his price is still pretty affordable if you're looking to get him in your team at home. Remember, as Richard Buckley said as well, 16 points tonight, just 4 more on top of what he already has got, will guarantee himself another +1 upgrade. There is so much on the line tonight, but for Mark 11, it has to be a much better performance. 4 points from 15 last time he was here, lost 3 games, drew 1, and did pick up an important result. But it's been 4 weeks, Ryan. The game has changed. The items have changed. The draft restrictions have changed.
I think that's a key thing you said, not just about the draft restrictions, but the gameplay itself. We've had a few patches in the game since then. And it's going to be interesting to see if the gameplay, the dynamics of how players build up, create chances, is going to be the same as we saw those many weeks ago. But for Mark, I see this game as a free hit for him, honestly. And I'm sure he would, despite as painful as that may sound, because he obviously rates himself as a very, very top player, coming into this, the points he would expect to get from this group wouldn't be from Jafonzo. So in my opinion, anything here is a bonus.
So if he was to lose this game, it's a case of, right, maybe you didn't expect to beat him.
In my opinion, yeah. But then again, you could look at it from Jafonzo's point of view, where if he would say he's playing bottom of the group. This is a must-win game for Jafonzo. No matter what you may say about Mark or Stingray having to win their games, for Jafonzo to not get dragged in the conversation of who makes it through, he has to win this game.
Well, in case you missed it in the summer of last year, Jafonzo did win the Esports World Cup out in Saudi Arabia. He picked up $300,000 in the process and caught the attention of Al Nassr, the Saudi Arabian football club, and made a record transfer move for him to sign him for the team from Luna Galaxy, who is Diogo Jota. Yep, the professional footballer of Liverpool, his own esports organisation. And you could have argued there was a lot of pressure on him coming in to this FC Pro Open. But he was so good, wasn't he, 4 weeks ago, Ryan? 12 points from 15. If there was anyone that had a lot of pressure on his back coming into this one, he fulfilled it.
Absolutely. He's shown that he can cope with the pressure, the expectation on his shoulder. A huge feat to go to Al Nassr as well and still manage to perform as if he was just still with his previous team. It was fantastic from him, just offside there. I'm interested to see how Neymar plays. I haven't used him myself, but speaking to a lot of the pro players, they all rant and rave about how good Neymar is and how much he's transformed the attack.
Well, if you missed the draft show at the start of tonight's broadcast, the draft restrictions for tonight, it's a 9 million coin budget. And it's the Winter Wildcard promo that you are seeing heavily involved tonight. 4 of them must be included. On top of that, you must be seeing 1 hero and icon from that Winter Wildcard promo. Maximum of 2 gold rare players across these teams as well. And a familiar face you will probably see is that Teo Hernandez, 87 in-game item, who will be one of those gold picks. The other might just be sitting on the bench. Could be an early start. Vinicius Junior might not get an easy here goal. And Courtois will just about recover to save the day.
I spoke about patterns being similar to what we saw a few weeks ago from Jafonzo. That's exactly, we saw him score a few goals like that. Just the first time dinked chip in behind the defensive line. Led to a few goals, if you remember, David Ginola up top for him last time out. Very, very close to breaking the deadlock.
Well, we can see you at home on the Twitch and YouTube chat. Let us know. As always, Mystery Nation for tonight. Ryan, have you got any idea what it is? Came out at 6 o'clock tonight. We always get you guys home to guess what that could be. But no guess from you yet.
Nah, no guess from me. We'll let the hints sort of flow throughout the stream today.
Well, give us some predictions in the chat as well. We'll pick a few of our favourites out. What do you think the Mystery Nation is tonight? Remember, if you do find out what the nation is, you can claim some objectives in the FC Ultimate Team menus. Can confirm as well, it is not Belgium, DJ Alex. Here's a big chance now for Mark 11. Goes for a time green finish.
And that's Neymar's first real involvement in this game. He'll pick up this corner short. Let's see how we can angle this one in. He's in a bit of a different scenario, Mark 11, based out in Australia, where he has been playing the regional ladder, the Cash Cups, where he has been able to dominate, and that's why he is in the rank that he does sit in the FC Pro rankings of 11th as it currently stands. But alongside that, Ryan, when he comes over to London or Europe to play, he has to have a few days just to get adjusted to the time zone.
Yeah, exactly. And just being able to practice frequently helps him as well, because obviously in his region, there are top players, but they're not as many as there are in Europe, in my opinion. So it's harder for him to get the practice, get the reps in.
Well, goalless here so far, 13 in-game minutes here. Remember, tonight we will be congratulating 3 players that will make it through to the knockout stages of the FC Pro Open. And one of the players who tops this group will go straight through to the FC Pro World Championships. Alongside that, guaranteeing themselves $25,000 in the process as well. So much on the line. Update over here. We have got 2 more games taking place at the same time. We heard from Stingray at the top of the show. And he has had a perfect start there. There was question marks on why Harry Kane could have been in this team.
Yeah, he shut me up straight away.
He's just already popped up and had his say of why he's in this drafted squad. That's his Champions League in-game item.
The thing is, once you get him into those areas, he's amazing. It's just about getting him there, which is the hard part, but once he's in front of goal, just like real life, to be honest, you do trust him.
He loves those interesting picks as well, Stingray, doesn't he?
Every time.
There's always 1 or 2 question mark players on there, but he always justifies it. Well, this is the table as it currently stands. Remember, there is another matchup taking place as well. Sharif against Faku Cohen, that's goalless as it currently stands. This table will move, it will change. But keep an eye on that top 3 tonight. Those are the important places. You get in the top 3, you make it back for February 1st, which is the FC Pro Open Finals, a $500,000 tournament here live in London, which you at home can actually come to and attend as well. Keep an eye out for a ticket link later on into the show today. Well, Stingray.
Is it Kane again?
Is it Harry Kane again? Harry Kane showing exactly why he is in this team and why that finesse is causing havoc from the English striker. 2 goals he leads. What a start he's had tonight against Nick Sneb.
The thing is with finesse shots this year, I'll hold this thought actually whilst this attack plays out.
Nice little scoop turn exit there into a couple of step overs from Rafael Leao. Mark just trying to bite a tackle from Jafonza, which eventually does come from McManaman.
Yeah, very disciplined from Jafonza, but as I was saying with finesse shots, they're so accurate, especially with the Playstyle Plus. You actually don't really need to time it, especially if you're using precision shooting. You can just turn, take a finesse shot, and more often than not, if it's aimed perfectly, it's going to go in.
Jafonza finds Mbappe. The 1 more pass was nearly lining him up. And you are seeing that brand new Vinicius Junior win a wild card as well. Unfortunately, I played against him a few times in the weekend league. It was not fun at all. He might be the fastest player I think I've ever seen.
He takes up a lot of the budget as well, so it's a pick just like Neymar.
Speaking of being pocketed, here's Neymar Jr. No, where he needs to bring his A game. That is the perfect start for him. 1 goal he leads against Jafonzo.
Those player locks there, we see the replay. You can just see it. He switches over to Vinny, cancels it. He's caught Jafonzo in 2 minds. Does he go to the player in possession, running in on goal, or does he try and stop and cut a passing lane? Didn't know what to do. Caught, all ends up, and it's great work from Mark 11. Another goal as well, and it's in that Stingray Nixneb game. Neymar likewise getting a goal back in that game for Nixneb.
Yeah, just squeezing into the near post there. Goalkeeper was left helpless and just parried it into the net. Let us know as well at home which FC Pro live item you are maybe getting behind tonight. There will be potentially further upgrades across the 6 players that are being represented in this group. The better the pro plays will affect those FC Pro live items. There could be an upgrade to the overall tonight from a handful of those players. Nearly a third of this game gone. Jafonzo unable so far to break down Mark 11. Update over here. We haven't heard too much from this game. This man was in tears 4 weeks ago in London, Sharif. Has the Moroccan got going in the right way this time? He has.
It's well worked. He needed that. That's a big goal for Sharif against Faku Cohen.
Well, he didn't win a game until round 4 last time, did Sharif? That came against Nixnev. This time it would be a perfect start for him. Speaking of Nixnev, he has just turned around a 2-goal deficit to 2-2 there. What a turnaround from 1J Esports, his pro player.
Oh, he second-guessed himself. He had a Trivela there. He shot cancelled. I don't think he expected to get the space, and I'm not sure if Jafonzo moved the keeper. So if he managed to green that, I think that would have been a goal as well.
Well, what did we say about there just being a 5-point gap between Mark 11 and 3rd place? That gap could then close down to just 3 points. With how the table is currently looking, if that was to stay as a draw, that would be massive for Mark 11 if Nixnev and Stingray were to share the points. And as you were saying, Ryan, it'd be an even bigger bonus if he was to take down Jafonzo in his first game. Could be in for a second goal. Vinicius Junior! Yes! 2 goals, he leads.
Mark is purring out there. You see the dribbling there with Neymar just to build up. Ran towards the byline, just a lot of cancellation, skill moves, first-time passes. And Vinicius Junior near post. 2-0 against Jafonzo.
Hello, what a game that is, by the way. Unfortunately, we can only have one game on our main featured stage, but this one, 5 goals between those two. But back to the point I wanted to make, as Mark rudely interrupted me, scoring a second goal there. This is, you called it a free hit, but if this is a massive confidence booster if he was to go and win it.
Absolutely. But just, again, we saw the live table moments ago. These results, as they stand, if they finish this way, it's just completely opened up the group. That's why I said Jafonzo's not safe. He has to win this game.
Jafonzo has been the best attacking player we've seen as well in the FC Pro Open. He scored the most goals from any of the players. 23 he was able to score in 5 games. Last time out we saw him in December. So far tonight he hasn't scored a single goal.
Yeah, his defensive performances were good as well. He builds up an attack here, but his goal difference is incredible compared to the rest of the players, and that in a group stage can be as good as an extra point. Finesse
There's
the goal.
finesse.
Yep. Oh my goodness.
Well, maybe he heard us.
Green time, Vinicius Junior with his new winter wildcard item. Finesse shot plus, that's postage stamp, top corner.
He needed something, didn't he? Because
Yep.
nothing else was going his way.
That's what I say about on FC25. A lot of the time, you can score some intricate goals, but just having that in your locker, being able to be dangerous from finesse shots, Trivelas, especially green timing your shots, you just add that extra bit of just something that your opponent has to worry about.
Well, we're joining this one as it approaches half-time. Hudson Odoi there looking to chip the goalkeeper. One thing I have to ask you about, Ryan, I'm looking across the board. I don't know if I was dreaming. Erling Haaland, centre-back, winter wildcard. What's going on there?
He's outrageous. I'll be honest. I haven't used him myself. I've spoken to a lot of pros. I've seen him used. He's a joke. 2 playstyle pluses with bruiser and block as well. His stature in-game, you can't really get past him. He bundles you over. It's a nightmare to play against.
Well, remember, 4 winter wildcard items have to be used as part of the restrictions. That does not include the icon and the hero. Speaking of which, Ryan, I'll ask the chat this as well. Who is the first winter wildcard player that is on the team sheet for you? I mean, let us know at home as well. Who would you be choosing?
For me, I'm going with R9 Ronaldo, if including the icons in that.
Okay, give me your big player, your big cash player. Then give me maybe someone who's a bit cheaper.
I would say Vitinha. He's about 215 or 20,000 coins in game, and what he offers is passing play styles. He has intercept as well. He might not be the most physical, so he does lose some duels in midfield, but he's wonderful going forward. You can just start attacks with him very, very easily because of the pinged pass plus play style.
Let us know your shout at home as well. It could be an icon, it can be a hero, it can be a cheap winter wildcard, or maybe a more of an expensive one. We'll pick out some of our favourites and feature them on the stream tonight. Back to this one. Let's give this game a little bit of love. 3-2 it is so far. Stingray was leading 2-0 via a Harry Kane double. And believe it or not, it's not even at half-time. We're about to approach it now. Added time of 2 minutes. There might be just enough time for one more attack that I would have said is going to go towards Nixnev, but it's not. Michael Elise there teasing that finesse.
Still got it. If he can get an attack here, enough time just for one attack. He still needs to go forward, though, just so the whistle doesn't blow for half-time. Yeah, he's lost it.
Well, that'll do us for half-time. Take a breather, those two. What a game. You can just see there how stressful of a half that has been. for Nick Snebb. Right, over to this one now. This is live. Facu Cohen picked up 6 points last time he was here in London. 2 wins, 3 defeats. Over.
Oh, that's a great slide.
To him to try and pull this one back. He plays against joint bottom of the group. In Sharif, who only got 4 points last time he was here.
Oh, that could have been a big mistake. Oh my goodness. I think I remember Sharif giving away the ball later on in the game in similar fashion to concede.
Well, that's half-time. Has passed. We're over the moon to say that Pieface is with us in the commentary box. I mean, Pie, this is such a big night for these players because there is so much on the line.
I know, it is massive, especially at this stage with it's effectively all or nothing tonight, isn't it? We've got goals going on. Big chance here. Ooh.
We asked the chat for their winter wildcard player of choice. Give us your pricey player that you would love in your team and give us maybe more of a cheaper suggestion.
I think for the pricey one, it's got to be Vinny Jr. Just considering how good his player of the month item is. I've been using him for a while now, and he's a beast. If we're getting cheaper, Vitinha. That 2 playstyle plus, 100,000 coins. Ryan knows I love a ping pass.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's got that and Tech Plus, yeah, I enjoy using him.
A couple of suggestions coming through in the chat as well. Embuemo, Diego Forlan, of course.
Zwayback loves Forlan. I know
Paul
that.
Scholes is a shout.
Has he got 99 passing, is it?
Yeah.
Or?
Incisive plus play style as well for the through balls.
I'll tell you something, Ryan. I've played a few people that have used him on the wing. Can he play right mid, I think? And they've used him on I don't know whether it's because of his role plus, but they played him as like a wide. Oh, Pedro Porro. Yeah, Drewski, how could I forget? He's unbelievable. Pedro Porro is great.
McManaman, a hero, another shout as well. He's about 180,000 coins.
He's in a couple of teams tonight as well. What about Vincent Kompany, Ryan? Winter wildcard. He's in a couple of squads. Here's a chance now for Sharif. Can he recycle it back inside? He can!
Good goal.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
I keep thinking that's a QPR shirt, you know.
Look at the replay here, just the way he builds up. Rolfo, we spoke about being important, and that's why. Long ball pass over the top. He does well to manage to recycle and get the ball into Ronaldo in the box there. Near post finish. You see the shake of the head from Facu Cohen, who also had a chance moments ago that was blocked from Theo Hernandez.
Well, it's not Jafonzo that's using Cristiano Ronaldo tonight. It's Sharif of all players.
I said that's poor, isn't it? I did say jokingly, if you're representing the big boss's team and you're not using him, it's a bit disappointing.
He did meet him actually when he signed for the club.
Yeah, that's insane, right?
A few weeks ago.
Has anyone guessed the Mystery Nation yet?
No, we were hoping that you have, Pi.
Well, I've got a little outside there hint.
Well, can you at least tell the people in the chat they're guessing now if they're right or wrong? India, is it?
It's not India.
It's not India.
No,
okay.
I can tell you it's not India. Guatemala. That's an out. Are there any Guatemalans on FC?
I don't know. Someone could let us know in the chat about that as well. Poland, perhaps? No, not Poland tonight.
Poland's close, though. That's a hint. It's close, but not for what...
Poland's close.
No, but hear me out, right? If you think about it, it's close. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay. I feel like
we're going outside the box. Quite far outside the box.
Brian, if I were to go to this nation, I think I'd stand out a bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I were to go there, I think I'd stand out a bit.
Question coming into the chat as well as we see Mark 11. With a corner very quickly. Shirk, we'll come back to that question in just a second as this corner does unfold. Mark finds Fernando Herrera with a play you do not want to get in possession there. Just taking his time of it, trying to find that gap. To connect the midfield to the forward. Nice step over exit. Could get it back to Neymar's feet again. Theo Hernandez recovers well. But back to the point you're asking about, the Mystery Nation. What's it all about? Basically, every 6 p.m. on a Monday night, when we are live on the FC Pro Open shows, there is a Mystery Nation objective challenge where if you do find out what the nation is, you can claim some objectives in the game by potentially scoring goals for a player or achieving something in Ultimate Team with that Mystery Nation player in your team. Goal back there, Ryan.
Yeah, that's an obscure one. You never really see that. Even the first time pass into the box there, near post, Stingray with Arnhem Ronaldo plays it.
Is that hat-trick?
Harry Kane with the hat-trick.
It's different play, isn't it?
Yeah, it's. I think what I'm really liking tonight is there is I know Ryan was alluding to there are a few partnerships that are the same, but there is variety in people's teams, and Harry Kane's certainly not a card you'd expect. It was like with the last time, a lot of people using that Savanier card and Reinders. It's nice to see these cards necessarily don't have the greatest value, but they're still quite clearly very usable.
Well, speaking to Zach Moore and Stingray Elliott today as well, they've tried and they've tested a handful of players, and he's not just been picked there out of luck, Harry Kane. He's there, he's serving a purpose, and he's scored 3 goals tonight already, Ryan.
Yep, exactly, a hat-trick. You can't really complain, but as I said, he's dangerous in and around the area. I just feel like getting him there is the hard part, but if you use the other players to sort of facilitate him, then he can definitely do a job.
I've just thought something else about Harry Kane, actually. The colours of the flag where the nation he plays for are also included in the Mystery Nations.
Yeah. See, that was my little hint with Poland. You see what I'm saying? It was outside the box, though, but you get it.
I like it. I like it.
I was going to say, Ryan, I was sitting there thinking, did you study geography at school, or?
Nah, it's the colour scheme.
It's goals galore.
Well, update over here, another replay. Sharif back in front of a 2-goal lead. Michael.
Trevelo.
Oh, no.
I already know. That's the banker right there. Michael running in on goal. He points to the temples on his head there, Sharif. 3-1.
He's going through the motions there, isn't he? I can see the
He's
stressed.
He scored a goal, Pipe, but it looks like he's just conceded. Here's a chance for Mark to now make it 3-1. This would be an unbelievable start tonight.
Look at the cancels there. Maybe a bit too much. I'm going to stand corrected there. See, I don't know. Maybe there was a little bit.
There's that finesse, which wasn't timed green, but
I don't think you need to with finesse shots, honestly.
Still pulls out a save from Courtois. That's the table as it currently stands right now. Stingray, of course, in the lead against Nixnev. That will give him the chance to catch up Jafonzo on the point tally. Mark comes off the bottom, so does Sharif, and Faku Cohen will now sit rock bottom of the table, and there's only a 2-point gap between 4th to 3rd.
Iero having a blinder there as well. Yeah, I did say he's got that passion plus. He's a warrior.
Has Jafonzo... Oh, I was so confused there. There was so much space. I was wondering if maybe he flicked on team press to try and squeeze Mark up the pitch. There was a lot of space for Mark to run into there.
Can I ask you a question, Ryan? When would you recommend using team press? Because I feel like now I've realised how to use it, I'm overusing it, and it's leaving me too exposed.
It's late on in the games when you're chasing a game, obviously. You don't want to use it too early, maybe I think the 70th minute's too early. I would say 80th.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think 80th is a comfortable spot to flick it on, force your opponent to maybe have a heavy touch or panic and turn back, and then you can just nick the ball off them and try and score.
I've seen a good guess in the chat. Peru. That is a good guess. Not right, but it's you're on the right
He's on the wrong track.
Wrong continent.
Yeah, a wrong continent. That's a wrong continent. So there you go, chat. Brandon has allowed you that it's not in South America. So there's a little clue.
Someone had to help him.
He's giving out all the clues. You might as well tell them now.
Just drop me a message. I'll let you know what it is.
Yeah. If you find him or tweet him, he knows.
Just over 15 minutes left of this one. Faku Cohen, as it currently stands, he'll now go bottom of this group. Remember, 5 rounds tonight.
Oh. Manually tried to block the pass there with Rio. I think it just done enough to muscle out Vinny.
And I know it's a long night tonight, Ryan. I know it's different, but for the 2 players that didn't have a good performance last time out in the FC Pro Open, what a difference that they're coming back to in January here. Sharif potentially kicking off tonight with a big result, and Mark 11 with an even bigger result.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel as if for both of them they were must. But I was going to say both of those games for them were must-wins, but it's must-wins for everybody. I don't know how to phrase this properly, but in week 1, you can't guarantee qualification and you can't be eliminated. In week 2, you can do both of those things. So you need to make sure that you're in the conversation, even if you might have had a bad or a slow start. Hold on a minute. Oh, good header back to the keeper. You could be Sharif or Mark 11. If you can just put yourself in and amongst the conversation to advance in the top 3 going into the last game, you'll take that.
I'm going to go and enjoy watching the end of these.
Let us know that Mystery Nation, yeah?
Yeah, I will do. I feel like we've given some good hints. Red and white, that's a big clue.
We'll catch you in a bit, Pie. Pieface will be joining us on commentary throughout the show tonight, hopefully. He can give us a few extra hints on that Mystery Nation as well. 3-1 here, 10 minutes left to play. Let's see what else we can see going around the grounds. Mark 11, for me, that's the That's the feature matchup in this round. We know it's big. We know it could be a turning point for him. He's 10 minutes away, Ryan, from a massive 3 points.
Yep, huge. And I said before the game, this will open up the group a little bit. It will then show the other players that Jafonzo can be defeated. It's red time. Oh!
It's so lucky, bro. Like, what is that?
I think Mark 11 might have just explained that goal for himself. A red time finish that was time green. Sorry, it was not time green. It was a red time finish.
Sorry.
That somehow...
No way, bro.
No, I'll be honest.
I'll be honest. I'll be honest, Ryan. No. It should never go in. It should never go in.
Yeah.
But what is it about Courtois that's just a bit dodgy sometimes?
We're squaring up. He's at the team, done. I don't even care about to pause the game and Van Dijk has to come off the bench to go and go. Put the gloves on.
We saw it a lot of times in the qualifier, just the goal version of Courtois. Of course, this is his promo item. But
big goal for
there's just moments in the game where Courtois just needs to...
Nah,
I don't know.
I'm not even having that. I'll be honest. I always say this, right? Maybe you disagree. Red time shots, I'd rather them go backwards.
They shouldn't go in.
They should go backwards before they go forwards. Kick it back to the keeper.
You've risked the chance to green. You've timed it red. The error should be there to stop that going in. And Jafonzo,
you take it.
You need that. You need that, Jafonzo. You've basically just kept yourself with an extra point potentially, and you're going to not give away a huge 3 points, which could shake up the table. Unless Mark 11 has got other ideas here. That puts Jafonzo back on top. Saw as well reaction from Stingray there, a big goal that he scored. As we were just trying to explain what we just saw. Time green in the near post.
Oh my goodness.
Well, maybe that fairy tale story is back on.
You see again, my keeper has to save that. I know what we're going to say. Precision shooting near post shots are really good, fair enough. My keeper's got to save it. I don't care if you green it. They take the little step across and it goes in at the near post. But maybe it's justice. It's justice, rightly so. Both, but in my opinion...
No, what would have been just if he timed that red, didn't we?
Yeah.
Update over here. What's going on? Oh, this is live, potentially so. No, Rafael Leao made it 6 goals to 2. And that's Stingray.
Yeah, it's another slow start from Nixneb. If you remember, week 1, last time out, I think it was a similar scoreline against Jafonzo. I know he was down 5-0 in the first half. I think it ended 5-2 or 6-2.
Well, this was actually the last game that these two played back in December. They actually finished round 5 against each other. It was Nixneb that beat Stingray 3-2 that time. I know they're good friends, but safe to say this time Stingray has got a bit of a revenge back against him. With a nice 4-goal cushion as well. He'll be picking up 3 more points tonight. And over here, this could be an unbelievable ending to this one. It's got to be a red card. He's gone for a tactical foul there, pulled it back. Straight a red card. It is for Rio Ferdinand.
If memory serves me, why do I feel like this is deja vu? I feel like I've seen this before. Was there not a similar ending in one of the games with Sharif? I feel like there was something where he made an error and ended up conceding late on. He didn't track the run. The player look was beautiful from Faku Cohen. What do you do there, Brandon? You bring the attacker down?
100%. You've got
100%. I'm with you. And you have to hope that he spoons the free kick over the bar.
What a performance from that man. The only man to draft him in the squad, Harry Kane of Stingray. Has just bagged 3 goals and just picked up a huge 3 points for him to push him even closer towards the knockout stages. This time last year, he wasn't even in the qualifier for the FC Pro Open. This time round, he could be in the knockout. Wow. Oh my days. How did we miss that? 3-3. Jafonzo, that time he times it green.
You know, in years gone by, we always say with the best players, the likes of Nicholas, etc., we've seen over the years where they can be playing bad or below their level and still come out with something. Jafonzo, in my opinion, has been below par from what we saw from the previous week, and he's still about to take a point while playing bad. And Mark, I think, has played very, very well, so it just shows how good Jafonzo is.
When we last saw him, we saw Mark go 3-2 up before. Maybe that was it. On the replay, Jafonzo making it 3-3. Right, no way.
It wasn't from the free kick.
He gave it away. Sharif.
Oh, it's nasty. And he went near post.
And I hate to say it, as much as we're hyping up that table, it's not going to change. It will still say and look the same. It will just be an extra point to both of those two, but they will still be, respectively, bottom of the group in 5th and 6th. Mark and Sharif, but the positive is they haven't started on a loss this time round, but that will feel like a loss.
For Mark, absolutely. I remember, again, he started off week 1. I think he drew to Sharif, and he was upset at that one, and that sort of set the tempo for his performances as the tournament went on. But you can take solace in the fact that you played well, but playing well and points, you need it to translate to the 3 points, which is going to be a tough pill for him to swallow.
Well done.
If Sharif ends up conceding and losing, for me, this is...
For Fakou Cohen, this would be ridiculous. Only 10 players on the field. Remember this, Fakou Cohen. If he was to snatch this now, it would be huge for him. He's going to be offside.
Miles off. He's giving Sharif a chance.
With only 10 players on the field.
It's great play. Oh, he's gone back.
It'd be even more remarkable. And 20 in-game seconds left. Hernandez done wonders there just to pull him out.
I think it's just on.
Can he find Cristiano Ronaldo's feet? Yes, he can.
Good defending. Very, very good defending there from Fakou Cohen.
Will do us there in round 1 tonight. Not a great deal to talk about in terms of players pulling away. The only real result you could argue is Stingray making up ground on Jafonzo. He's on 12 points, only a point behind the leader in Jafonzo. So much to come, still so many more games to conclude on our way through to tonight's ending result. Who will make it to the FC Pro World Championships? Who will make it through to the knockout stages? Round 2 is next after this.
PlayStation tournaments are on PS5. Featuring FC 25. Challenge more players and find more ways to win. Get ready to compete on a global stage with new and exciting daily tournaments, all at the press of a button. So whether you're a seasoned competitor or just starting, come for the challenge and leave with glory and incredible prizes. It's time to join the competition. Sign up now on PS5.
PlayStation.
Right, play FC 25 and win prizes on PlayStation tournaments.
To sign up, look for the in-game PlayStation Tournaments button or head to the FC25 Game Hub. Bring your best squad, show your skills and compete for prizes and more. If you want even more rewards, join in on the action of the FC Pro Open match days at Twitch/EA Sports FC or YouTube/EA Sports FC Pro to complete FC Pro Season 4. By watching 15 minutes of match day 5 of FC Pro Open, you're eligible to receive FC Pro Live Gravenberch on loan. Watch an hour and you can claim a rare players pack. For more information, go to www.fcpro.com. Welcome back to the FC Pro Open. Now, listen, we're in week 5 and we have kicked off in a sensational way because that first round of fixtures has left it all up in the air.
It really has. I mean, at one point in that FG, we're looking at potential storylines and comebacks of what could happen. And then we turn our backs, look back across, games are drawing, red cards are being shown. And look, that's just a taster of what's to come tonight. Still 4 more rounds of action.
I mean, let's head to our featured match in a moment. Let's take a look at the table real quick and see where we're at. Look, the featured match was Jafonso, who went into the first round, week 1, and won 4 out of 5. He's failed to win his first game by drawing 3-3 against the man who's bottom, Mark 11. I mean, there were some goals in there that were a bit questionable.
Yeah, that red time shot for Jafonso, I think he was counting his lucky stars. Let's just say that. Wasn't a great first half from Jafonso, but then, as Ryan said rightly, if Jafonso's not playing great and he's still drawing against the Mark who's playing really well, it just goes to show maybe his level.
How do you think Mark 11 and Sharif will be feeling after that first round of fixtures?
Gutted, because they've both come from, winning positions late on to go and drop 2 points there. But they have to think, look, I've not lost that game. I've still picked up a point, as much as that point maybe hasn't helped them as they look at the table currently, but there's still a long way to go tonight. Still 12 more points up for grabs. We must remember that.
And Jafonso almost looked really, really angry that he'd equalised so late on. This game had it all as well between Fakou Cohen and Sharif. Another late equaliser and a red card from a tactical foul by Sharif.
I mean, I rate the tactical foul because it had to be made, and he was thinking maybe that was enough to save him, but with only 10 players on the field, he conceded late. Fakou Cohen picked up a massive point. And the only real headline there was Stingray winning by quite a deficit against his good friend Nick Sneb.
And he did say about Harry Kane. I wonder if Harry Kane's value is going to go up because it was absolutely sensational. We've got a great round of fixtures to come up.
We do.
And you're the man who's going to go and interview Mr. Fakou Cohen waiting over there. So you head over there.
Catch you in a bit,
FG.
FG.
You soon.
As we said, Fakou Cohen, big point he's just picked up there. Still so much more to do tonight, though. With the help of our fantastic translator, Patricia, she's going to help us speak to Fakou Cohen. First question for me has got to be, talk to me about those last 10 minutes in that game, because he's been given a foul. He's down against 10 men against Sharif, but still was able to pick up a massive point.
Cuéntanos sobre los últimos 10 minutos. Tu compañero ha perdido un jugador, pero aún así ha conseguido ganar un punto.
Sí, fue un final de partido medio raro. Justo cuando me estaba yendo contra el arquero se hizo expulsar un jugador que estuvo bien. Pero bueno, después por suerte pude hacer un gol y empatar el partido y rescatar un punto que creo que lo podría haber ganado el partido igual yo.
Well, it was kind of a difficult, weird ending of the game. When I was about to shoot on the goal, he lost one of the men, but still I managed to get 1 point, so that's good. I thought I could have won it, but it was okay.
Well, Fakou, you're up against Stingray. You lost to him last time out 4 weeks ago. You play against him today. What's changed in those 4 weeks, just very quickly?
La última vez que jugaste contra Stingray perdiste hace 4 semanas. Ahora vas a jugar contra él. ¿Qué es lo que ha cambiado en este tiempo?
Bueno, creo que en estas semanas cambié de formación, que es algo muy importante. Y nada, cambié mi preparación. Estoy más preparado para esta semana. Y bueno, esperemos poder ganar.
Well, this week I've changed my tactics and I feel I'm more ready, so I think I'm ready to win.
We can't wait to see. Still 4 more games for that man to try and qualify himself for the FC Pro Open. But before we jump into round 2 of fixtures, it's over to R3 with FG and Ryan Pessoa.
Yes, thank you so much, Brandon, and thank you to Fakou Cohen as well. It is time for R3. This is time for people in the Twitch chat and myself to learn from the pros. Ryan Pessoa, what have you got for us?
Former pro. We're going to be taking a look at player locks this week. Now, they are hard to learn, but I feel like they're something that you should add to your game to bring you up to that next level. FG, I'm going to hand you a controller.
Thank you very much.
One for myself as well. Before the clip even starts, to do a player lock, you need to click in the right and the left analog sticks at the same time. So I want you to remember that before we go into the clip right now. You have to click the left and the right analog stick at the same time to activate it.
Okay.
Now we've got that established, let's run through the clip. It's Levi David up against Abu Maka. You can see here, Abu Maka's attacking, a bit of defending, and you're gonna see, as the clip goes on, I'm gonna pause it just about here. Now, if you notice above Randers' head, normally it's a triangle cursor, it's a diamond. That means that Levi-David has activated the player lock. So he's clicked in the left and the right analog stick. So now, again, the click will play on ever so slowly here, and you can see the triggered runs. You've got Xavi Simons there, you've got Bobby Charlton. Again, we can stop it just before that. If we can go back slightly, we can backset it even better. Just as Bobby Charlton receives the ball, you're going to be seeing there's so many options here. You can highlight on the screen.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we just take it back ever so slightly before, just when he's got the ball before he plays the player lock to Bobby Charlton, I'm looking at it as a casual FC player, and I'm looking at this man here.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the space he's going into, but I think the pass selection here is actually quite impressive, isn't it?
Absolutely, and you're not wrong to choose to try and mark the run for Xavi Simons. I look at the minimap quite a lot, the radar. You can see there's space in behind there. The left back, or the right back in this case, in Maicon, has gone forward. So there is space, you have to worry about that. But as the clip plays on, we mentioned it before, Bobby Charlton gets the ball here, and he's not going to play that pass. It's going to be played inwards. You can see he could play this pass here, turn downwards. He can maybe turn downwards again, playing it into David Ginola, or the pass in behind there for Xavi Simons to run into. But what he does so well is a first time through ball over the top. Time to perfection, the correct amount of power. David Ginola timed green into the corner. And you can see that just turns defense to attack in an instant. The player lock, it was so simple to do. Clicking the left and the right analog stick together at the same time. And once the little diamond goes above the player, you then flick the right stick and select what player you want to go to. Once you do that, FG, you then can choose the pass method you want.
So listen, let us know in the Twitter comments down below if you use player lock, because it is confusing, but you've got to do it really well. Thank you for that, Ryan. That was unbelievable. That was the R3 section. Let's go and hear from Sharif, shall we?
In my mind, I'm telling myself that on my day, if I do my gameplay, I'm not scared of anyone. So the day of the competition, I'm on my level. I think I can do something crazy.
We are back. It is time for the FC Pro Open.
It's Jafonso, and he has opened the deadlock in the opening 3 minutes.
I think this game could be 6 or 7.
And Sharif is not loving it so much here with the FC Pro Open. Only 1 point on the board from 9. He is really struggling. You can see how emotional he's getting.
The way I played, I was really bad. And I have no problem to say that because I really didn't like the way that I played. I wish that I come back better next time.
There he is, Virgil van Dijk! Sharif, and from potentially taking 3 points to now leave him with 0. 4 points from 15 for Sharif. He leaves himself in such a hole of desperation.
Today I cried because the opponent scored a corner at the last minute. That's the worst scenario you can face on this game.
Tears in his eyes. Sharif, I think, already knows it's game over. Maybe he knows just how big of a mountain it's going to be to climb for him in January.
Why not if I did well? Maybe if the other opponents lost, maybe if I won my matches, why not to reach the top 1 of the group? Everything is possible.
Everything is possible and mountains are there to be climbed. That's exactly what Sharif and Michael Evan are going to be doing if they've got any hope of qualifying. But we turn our attention to the main stage. Richard Buckley alongside Pieface, and it's a big game. Fakou Cohen needs to keep picking up points in order to maybe eke into that top 3. And if results go Stingray's way, he could go top with a win.
Yeah, I mean, that 6-2 win that we've just seen in our first round is going to give him a lot of confidence. And that's crazy to think that Jafonso came in as a big favourite to top the group, and now after 2 games it could all change, which is the mad thing about this format.
You can see Fakou Cohen so far 18th in the world coming into week 5 of the FC Pro Open. Those rankings always twisting and changing every couple of weeks. On the other side of the stage, you see Stingray, 1-4, lost 2. He's not had a lot of possession, but he has put up 21 goals. 6 of them came, as Pi said, against Nixeb with a 6-2 victory. Talk about confidence, talk about momentum. He's the form player right now on that stage.
Yeah, massively, and he's going to be thinking here, looking at the results from the last round with Jafonso getting that draw, hey, I can go top, and that is a massive, massive motivator. I don't know if anybody in the Twitch chat is waiting on some Bino Gittins upgrades. They'll be eagerly watching here. Also, I've got to say, I I did read a message, Richard, that made me chuckle quite considerably. Some gentleman in the chat posted that he'd done the Mystery Nation Challenge with Indonesian players and they should buy before they're extinct. So this is not financial advice, but I would like to let the Twitch chat know that Indonesia isn't the Mystery Nation. So just be careful that who you're listening to in the Twitch chat. Some
Not
people,
everyone tells the truth.
Yeah, no, some people are trying to sell some fake nations, I think.
Last time these two met, obviously week 1, game 1 of the Pro Open. Stingray with a victory, plenty of goals in that game. 5-4 was the winning margin. We mentioned those other games taking place right now. The leader of this group, Jafonzo, taking on Nixneb, who needs points if he wants to get into that top 3, and the battle at the bottom between Mark 11 and Sharif. But both will have a lot of confidence coming out of that first game with wins on another day, both going their way, just as Facu Cohen is. And we've seen Neymar, he has been electric today.
Yeah, goals all over the shop from him. And the thing is, I know obviously I'm not Ryan and I'm not giving some pro analysis, but from the 9-win perspective there, look at that, I love that from McManaman. I like to see some heart. It might not be the cleanest ever, but I like him fighting for that ball. It's what I want my players to do.
That near post finish becoming more and more prevalent, and speaking to a few of the pro players as well, especially with precision shooting on, you can angle it at a way that the keeper just can't get it at the near post. Have you tried precision?
No, I haven't. You're a beast at this game, have you?
I have, and I have to say, on finesses and travellas, it makes the shot so much better. Inside the box, sometimes I'll let myself slip, but I do think if you can get used to it, it makes a big difference, and you will feel an improvement.
Yeah.
You see that table as it stands right now. 14 points is Jafonzo leading the way. Next step comes forward with a finesse shot.
Ring timed as well.
Just edged back with that goalkeeper movement to cover the angle.
For anybody in the chat as well, waiting on the Mystery Nation, some hints we've had so far, so we're looking for red and white in the flag, and not from South America.
1-0, Mark 11 opens up the scoring. Sharif with a puzzled look on his face.
He feels every goal, that man, doesn't he?
He lives and breathes it.
Yeah, and I love that. Neymar again here.
The players, you can tell when the pros have found an item that they really, really like, because the movement, the twisting, the turning, the agility is just a different level. As Facu Cohen rattles the crossbar, could be 2-0. He has hit Stingray early here in the opening 10 minutes.
Unexpected, I would say, as well, especially considering what we've seen in the first game. And he's all over him. He's on the attack again here. Is that Hudson-Odoi?
It certainly is. Theo Hernandez linking up with Vinny Jr. Now Hudson-Odoi, Xavi around the corner to Neymar!
That's a beautiful goal. That is an absolutely beautiful goal.
Who doubles Facu Cohen's lead. Just trying to catch what Stingray was saying there. Neymar with the second. These pro players, they love Neymar, they love Vinny Jr. Who's your go-to player?
Do you know what? It's a real tough one, because actually I've been using a lot of my Plymouth Evolution players.
Okay.
But I think for me, yeah, Player of the Month, Vinny Jr., solid, great item. And the one thing I've been trying to learn this year is the roles, and I've been trying to get my game. I got 9 wins, which I was quite proud of, actually.
I'll be honest, that's probably better than a lot of the people in the chat.
Well, I'm not entirely sure about that, but one thing that I certainly found improved was playing players in their role ++. So if you play him at left mid, he's got, I think it's inside forward ++, and it makes a massive difference on the way he plays. It's the same for Richarlison. I've actually got the Player of the Month item, and having him on Poacher ++, his attacking runs insane.
We'll have a look at that table. Facu Cohen with a win as it currently stands, puts him on 10 points, puts him into 3rd on goal difference. And if Nixneb was to beat Jafonzo here, this table will take a real turn. Let us know in the chat as well, who's your favourite in-game item that you've used this year? Who's your standout player? Who's the one getting you those 35 points in Rivals, getting you those big wins in FUT Champions?
Someone actually pointed out, yeah, I did mean to say Richarlison Player of the Month. The Richarlison I was meant to say was the one from Champions. I think you had to like play a set. Unfortunately, I wasn't good enough to get the João Felix, but I got Richarlison. I put him in an evolution, but he's got 99, I think, attack positioning with a hunter, and on Poacher Plus, his movement is
right place, right time.
It's glorious. And yes, I'm a bit biased, but
do you do the Pidgey celebration in real life?
I do actually, yeah, and I've got the Vardy dance on as well.
You can see some...
France has been a guest. Now, it does have red and white in the flag, but I'm going to tell you that... I'm going to give a big clue, because we're on game 2.
Okay, it's only 2 of 5, though. Don't give it too big
I'm just going to say it's not European, okay?
Wow. Okay. So that would leave out Ademi. Sorry for that, mate. Romania.
Yeah, well, Romania doesn't have white and red in the flag either, so we might be a little bit away, unfortunately, there.
Indonesia or defo.
Mate, what is it with Indonesia?
I'm going to go out on a limb.
Are Indonesian players extinct? Someone's trying to pedal.
I'm going to tell you, it's not Indonesia. Rock Chalk, 1991. Holland, Netherlands. Not heard. Not hard. He said, had someone said Marlon.
Oh, that's someone I don't like to play against.
Okay.
Oh, the season pass Marlon.
We got one there from Rail Mab. Japan or Peru. We'll give you more clues throughout today. We'll keep you updated. There'll be a few big clues coming soon, so keep your eyes peeled, keep locked, and while you try and guess that Mission Nation, enjoy some of the best FC players on the planet trying to battle it out to get into the top 3 to guarantee a spot into the latter rounds of your FC Pro Open 25. As a pause cued there by Stingray, 25 on the clock. It's been all Facu Cohen in the opening stages of this game.
It's a good ball, unlucky there from Teo. It's probably not a coincidence. I actually got my best Champions result after coming here, so I picked up a few little tips. They helped. They did help. Oh, we've got the pro advice. Come on in. I can't do what you do, Ryan.
Do you do any player locks, Pi?
No,
Ryan was just talking us through it.
No, it's too much for me, mate. I'm learning incisive and ping passing and the rolls. That one little bit at a time is enough for me, you know. I think player lock would break my brain.
I've been listening.
We got plenty of R3s for you to go back and have a look at.
You're gonna have to teach me. I think it'd break my brain, Ryan.
Do you know what? One thing I'm tapped into what you said. Your best champs record. What was it?
9.
You know what?
I said that's better than
that's not
60%.
that bad.
60%.
And I tell you what,
that's not that bad.
In the men, it was an 11 that I threw.
Yeah,
I threw.
a couple pen losses.
Yeah,
everyone says.
I lost 2 on pens, and I had the winning pen. Can
we lock in? Because Facu Cohen's about to go 3-0 up.
Honestly,
it's a pause. It's
the mentals I can't deal with. I think if I could get over that, I've got a 10 or 11 in me. I reckon maybe one day.
That pause coming in, Stingray was clearly aggravated, annoyed, all words to describe it on the stage.
Big chance here. We've actually got a 0-0 at 36 minutes.
Talking about Mark, you obviously just saw that result.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking not to get the win there. He's found himself winning at the moment. Really good resolve. For me, if you're playing in that scenario, I mean, I've seen you do it when you concede a bad goal like that.
Head's gone.
You've got 4 games to play in front of you.
You have to bounce back.
You're struggling.
The different thing is, if you're playing badly and that happens against you, end up losing the game. I think it's even worse. I said that he can take solace from it just because of how well he played.
Could you not say week 1 he played well?
In some games, yeah.
He didn't play terribly.
In the first game, I think for that game against Sharif, I think he should have won that game. I think that sort of set the tone for the rest of the tournament. But his goal against Sharif in this game was incredible.
Well, here we go. Mark 11 with just under 8 minutes left to play here in the first half.
Got a question for you boys, actually. The Mystery Nation does a very nice specialty food. Do you like it?
I do.
I'll dabble.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat it. For anyone that knows me in the chat,
it wouldn't be my first choice.
Yeah, but you'd give it a... Yeah. There's another little tip for you, chat. They've got a specialty food.
Let's have a look at this. Facu Cohen with Neymar hits the crossbar, but Steve McManaman first to it, follows in.
So Stingray in the background. I think he expected the ball to bounce back. Facu Cohen is flying in that game.
He is.
3-0 is a...
Again, a player that I don't think's played poorly in any of his games.
We spoke about this. We watched
been entertaining to watch.
Genuinely, I was surprised at how good going forward he was. He was incredible last time. It's just that defensively...
There were holes.
Yeah, I think that's saying it at the least. He had a lot of weak points in his game, but...
Let's have a look at this table. Jafonzo, as it stands, 14 points. Sharif will be on 5 with only 9 left to play, so it's not out of possibility, but there'll be a huge goal swing if he wants to even try and get into first.
Goodness.
That table, maybe a couple of seconds out of date, because Jafonzo has just slapped it in the top bins.
I was just about to say, if Nixneb could win this game...
Oh, it makes it tight.
It makes it mixy, the top 4 there.
That's bad for me as well. I boxed like Chamberlain before this, so...
Yeah, you're in trouble.
I'm blaming Richard for that one.
You're about 7 weeks too late.
Oh,
if you'd have got in week 1,
I was here.
there were coins to be made, Pi.
Listen, I was investing on stream.
There were
Yeah.
coins to be
shameless
made.
of it. I was telling
I've
you.
wasted the Insigne profits. It's crazy. This group is absolute carnage, isn't it? Especially with the top 3 being the 3 that qualify. And Mark here, if he can hold on, it's madness. It's absolute madness. Nick Sneb now losing as well.
If you finish top, something we've not really spoke about, guaranteed 25k.
Oh, and the money as well.
As well from this tournament, because you're finishing guaranteed top 8. You're going straight into the quarterfinals. You're missing that first round of knockout games as well, which could be really, really competitive. Stingray does get one back. It is R9 at the near post. We'll keep our eyes locked on that game, as a couple of the other matches are currently in half times. But as we were saying, if you finish top, it sets you up for the rest of the season so well. And you win one more game, you win the quarterfinal game, you're back at the Pro Open next year.
Exactly.
And it gives Jafonzo that goal a little bit of daylight, Pi, at the top.
Yeah, which, especially considering the first game, which I think he would have expected to have won, playing Mark 11, and I think we all expected him to win, even though obviously I want to see Mark do well. But it's that gap now, 4 points it stands from 2nd to 5th, and we've only played 2 games. Obviously, it's as it stands.
What I was going to point out, as you mentioned, the gap between 5th and 6th.
Oh, the 5th, yeah.
As well. Sharif, for me, he's out of the running after this game.
If he loses it.
Oh, great play there. Oh, he's got it. I think that's good keeper movement, but I'm surprised he didn't finish that.
Yeah, I thought he was going to score that, definitely, from Facu Cohen.
Stingray struggling.
Yeah, just about managed to get possession back for Stingray, but I was looking at the gap there for Jafonzo if he wins this game. 7 points between him and 4th, so it would guarantee a spot into at least the knockout stages.
Whipped in, R9 with the header.
You've got to want him to bury that, Ryan, have you not, for your coins?
Yeah, absolutely. I said R9 would be the MVP. Right now, it's not. It's a bad shout right now. It's Neymar for sure.
When I was watching that first game with Mark, when Mark 11 got Neymar on the ball, I was getting throwbacks to.
He was dancing.
To him, 2023 in Riyadh, just moving and grooving. The left stick, the right stick skill moves, the cancels. It was really, really impressive watching him with the players.
Cuts at a toy, a card I wasn't expecting to see.
Hold the phone. We talk about Mark 11. Sharif counting him out at the bottom of the table, but CR7 has put it in.
He's been getting goals for Sharif today. That's a big goal, Pi.
It's heartbreak.
Still a long way to go.
And not that I'm biased at all, because, you know, I want everyone to do well, but...
I'll be honest, a draw does no favours for either of them. I think 3 points is needed.
I think whoever loses that is...
I think you're done.
Yeah.
We're getting to the point as well, you mentioned draws do no one favours, where you, in this situation, say Stingray comes back and gets a 3-3 draw, or even Mark and Sharif, for example, they draw that game.
Yeah.
You have to try and win it.
100%.
You can't just result with a draw, because 1 point, the single point, just isn't enough. As goalkeeper straight through his legs.
It's a big goal.
It's Fede Valverde with the power shot. Keeper expected to do better?
It's a difficult one. We'll take a look at it again. It was a power shot from the free kick, the build-up there. Valverde.
It's gone through it.
Maybe
Sneb's not happy.
Maybe the footwork play style might be needed there.
Get David De Gea in.
Yeah. But Jafonzo against Nick Sneb first time out was a rout. It was a dominant performance. It's taken a while for him to kick into gear to get the goals. But for Nick Sneb, if you remember week 1, wasn't it 2 losses as well at the start? And then he
bounced back, got a couple of wins.
3 on the bounce, I think.
He did, yeah. Oh, he's not got any points today, he's on 9. And that's the table as it stands right now. Jafonzo, 16 points, 9 left to play for. Stingray in 2nd on 12. Facu Cohen with a win puts him in contention. Nick Sneb on 9. Sharif and Mark, 6 points apiece. They're 4 points behind Facu Cohen, with Sharif already played Facu Cohen. Don't remember that. So neither of them two are going to take points off each other and just peak that goal difference. -1, 0, -4, -4, -5.
Big chance here, big chance.
Theo Hernandez, it's red time.
Some really good keeper movement there.
Bluffed it.
It's red timed.
It's one of them ones where you're caught in two minds. You think the Trivela is so obvious, you don't want to do it, but then you're stuck there thinking, what do I do instead? Do I try and pass it, try and go around the keeper?
Yeah, he almost had too much time to think.
Yeah, way too much time to think, and I think for Nixon, that's a chance that, I'll be honest, you have to score. Against somebody like Jafonzo, who you know you get punished if you don't, you need to score that.
And you know that's where I lack any ability, Ryan, is the mentals in that scenario. If I miss that opportunity, I'm then almost broken that I could have got back into the game.
Let's jump in here. 30 minutes left to play. 2/3 completed in this game. A must-win game.
Yeah, for either, I think either. Draw's a terrible result, isn't it?
It does nothing for them.
And it's great for the rest of the group if they draw.
It's different if, let's say, it was Sharif up against Stingray
Jafonzo.
or Jafonzo. A draw's okay. You can't. These two are fighting for the spot to,
You
or
have
the
to
chance
beat
to get a spot.
your nearest competitors.
100%. 3 points is necessary for both players. So, as the clock ticks on, if the scoreline remains the same, I'd be interested to see the approach from both players.
Would you start team pressing now, or is it a little bit too early?
I
Still
wouldn't
too
even.
early.
I don't know if I'd team press even from the 80th minute. I would just I'll try and be a bit more aggressive. Yeah, I'd make some subs trying to just make sure that I keep calm and composed and try and just break the deadlock.
Are you sort of changing around the depth and things like that, or is it?
If I'm losing,
subtle?
yeah, subtle differences, but I think you can make the differences with the way you press in game.
Yeah, it's almost the changes that you're making yourself. You're sprinting quicker into players.
Exactly.
You're right stick
You're
switching.
way more aggressive.
Hammering your opponent, just as Jafonzo is.
Daylight, clear daylight in that game now.
3-0 up now against Nixon. Rafael Leao here for Mark 11. Back to Xavi. First time into Neymar. The first touch plus being activated. Vitinha looking for the dink over the top, but Theo Hernandez stands up strong to it, and Sharif will bring his players the other way. With the system that Sharif's playing, with that 4-2-1-3, it's just attack. You get the ball and you get it forward as quick as possible.
Two defensive midfielders, you soak up pressure, just jockey trying to cut the passing lanes.
That's a great ball. Leao's going to nod it into a dangerous area, but Hierro in the right place at the right time to clear the danger. Stingray's not out of this one, and look at that time as well.
Big goal.
So much time.
Yeah, rare to see a ball roll being used as much this year.
This year you never see that.
Yeah, that is rare. I mean, you did say as well, didn't you, Richard, that you expected Sharif to get goals against someone. You were expecting that kind of, the way he's playing to provide. This is a big 20 minutes now, though, isn't it? This is huge.
He's been scoring goals, but he just can't keep it closed at the back. Very, very leaky defence at the moment, as Mark just knocking this ball around. He's waiting for his danger players to get into position. Vinny Jr. lining up the finesse, takes the finesse, but a good block at the back. And that's that live table with the scores currently as they are. Nick Sneb's goal difference is taking a little bit of a hit at the moment, which could
he has to be
careful. Huge factor.
Yeah, I said at the start of the stream hold that thought, actually, there's a goal back for Nick Sneb. With Neymar, he's going to look for a finesse. Look at the dribbling here. Manages to keep close control, step over, shot across goal, Green.
Great dribbling.
Just pay attention to the bottom right corner. It's a diving header from Rafael Leao. He's flicked it over the bar. He's creating, is Sharif. Leao driving, CR7!
Oh, that's massive. That's a huge goal. That is a huge goal.
Nothing Courtois can do about it. I think he got a hand to it as well, the Belgian.
Wow.
He is in Mark's bad books at the moment. And Sharif, from the corner, gets himself back into this lead.
Yeah, that's a painful one for Mark. He knows that, again, when you're playing like in these tournaments, when it's a group stage, no matter how hard you try, you're still going to be thinking about the previous game.
100%.
I'm telling you, right? He's going to still be thinking, this could be so different. My mindset would be so different if that goal didn't go in the previous game.
What about
And
this
this
game?
game, 30 minutes plus added time.
You were 3-0 up.
Yeah.
You must have had a few of these.
For and against me.
How can I say paying champs?
Regularly. And as soon as, you get those comfortable games, and as soon as the first one goes in, and then the second, it's just pure panic.
I'll be honest, I scored the third.
He's in.
He's in. Stingray, Harry Kane, does he have the pace?
Oh, you see what I mean? It's difficult with Kane. I said, once you get him into the area where he can shoot, he's great.
Just
not in that scenario there.
In that situation, there's no difference between Van der Sar and Harry Kane. What's the difference? They're both going to get caught.
Did you shoot early?
Oh, Neymar.
I don't even think he could. Rudiger was on his back.
Here he is, Harry Kane, dropping in deep, just as we've seen him. Plenty of time for club and country to try and link up the play. Theo Hernandez with a first-time driven pass, but that's intercepted, and Facu Cohen has to Fourth goal in sight. Shot early with Vinny Jr. and it's a simple save.
I don't mind
player
it.
lock in use there as
Yeah,
well.
player lock is so important. Even in the first game, there were so many, well, first round, sorry, so many player lock goals from everybody. I don't mind that shot though.
I always worry if I go into a game and somebody is player locking and knows how to do it, I'm like, GG. Yeah,
You got to have that little lean forward.
Yeah,
and then before you know it, you're ready in the menu.
I think some people do it just as a mind game, even though they don't know how to.
Yeah,
but like,
literally.
It's a good tactic just to spam it a little bit, just
at the start, put that little bit of a fear factor in.
Yeah, and it works every time, every single time, until someone actually knows how to do it and then just cooks me.
Same footways here, and Mark 11, 10 minutes left to go on the clock. Driven passing to Vinny Jr. Couple of step overs, takes the Trivela at the near post.
I'm surprised he Trivela'd that. I thought he would have gone for the far post.
Maybe thought goalkeeper movement.
Yeah.
Short corner.
Big chance that was.
Brian Hansen into Hierro, not the players you want.
Nah.
McManaman can dribble, he can maybe create something. Jonathan Tah offloads it to Vitinha.
Oh,
the close dribbling is superb!
Oh, the big defending.
Oh,
that
it's a
technical
goal kick.
plus is incredible.
Oh,
wow, that's very good defending though from Sharif there to stop that.
He just danced through him.
He's a very good item for 100,000 coins. If you're on a budget, he's quite easy to link being PSG, Portuguese.
It's gone up a bit as well. Wish I invested. This is when I missed the boat.
I looked earlier today, Harry Kane up 15k as well. Maybe he's back down after Stingray.
In the chat, what does guessing the country do? So there's a current objective where we've given clues for a mystery nation, and I believe if you score 3 or so finesse goals with a player from that nation, you get, I think, 1,000 coin boost for 5 games, is what that is, my friend.
Mark 11, 5 minutes on the clock. He knows he can twinkle himself through this Sharif defence. Just got to be precise, it's got to be accurate when you've got Erling Haaland at centre-back charging you down like a behemoth.
See, the way Mark plays is beautiful to watch. It's unbelievable.
Is it effective?
In those situations, no. It's too cute, it's too nice. Sometimes you see Jafonso in his game against him where he was struggling.
Gets it, shoots.
Finesse shot, boom, green, top corner, done.
Saying right now you just need to play ugly, especially with the timing.
You need to be a bit shameless. Trivela outside the box, he's had it a couple of times with Vitinha. I know the keeper's been moved, but with precision, if you green it, it's going in.
And here is Sharif.
Look at the space as well. He could have played it, but sensible game management.
I just don't know if... It felt like there were a guaranteed goal for CR7 at the back post. You're just offering a chance.
That's silly. Oh, he's so lucky.
Mark 11 to get back into the game.
I think even though now a point is... It's just not going to be enough, I don't think.
But
it's a terrible result for both if he does get
lost it.
Anything out of this.
Sharif's game management, I've got to say, is...
It's been poor.
Yeah. He's gone back to
Even that was a risky pass.
He should be fine, though. I don't think there's enough time, unless you genuinely just pass him the ball. But you just need to just be composed. There we go. Get back to the keeper. Get 3 points secured for Sharif.
He's going to go long. Sharif finds himself off the bottom of the table. Finds himself in a position with a chance at potentially sneaking his way through this group. Results are not going his way, though.
Yeah.
With Fakou Cohen.
Oh, there's been another goal here as well.
Leading against Stingray. Here's Elise. Offloading to Neymar. Finesse shots. That's potentially just too little too late.
Yeah, saw the shake of the head there on the player cam from Nick Snep. He knows that he's given himself a mountain to climb, going 3-0 down. Remember that chance we saw with Theo Hernandez?
Yeah. Hold the phone, because Stingray, with 15 minutes left to play,
it's that man again.
Has looped it up to Harry Kane.
Wow, and Sharif is going to be, I mean, very happy with that. And also that's massive for Nick Snep too, because a draw, it just tightens things up. This is going to be an absolute, I mean, if the results remain the same, this is going to be a crazy...
It creates
Oh, it was a terrible pass.
It creates a little bit of distance at the top. Jafonso.
Not enough time. Nah, even if he kicks it forward.
Will go clear.
Nah, it's not the power. Whistle's gonna blow.
At the top of the table, Nick Sneb just left himself with too much to do in too little time.
And do you know one thing I will say that I think is on a relatable level, is whenever I play this game, or people of my ability play this game, the pain on everybody, whether you're unbelievable or at my level, it's the same.
Yeah.
I can see them going through the net. That's how I feel every time I lose a game. It's horrible.
8 points gap.
Jafonso, 8 points clear with 9 left to play.
And the thing is, the goal difference for me
is too big
as a point.
Yeah.
So he's basically through. Unless we see the biggest capitulation we've ever seen, he is through to the knockouts at least. It's just the top spot.
I mean, third, fourth, and fifth is mad. I'm not saying that Stingray is safe by any means on 13 points, but third, fourth, and fifth, all battling, of course, now 3 places to go through. That is going to be one crazy battle. We've got 4 games to go.
Yeah.
Facu Cohen building around the box. Courtois with it.
Do you know the maddest thing here is, even with the table, Mark still isn't even out of it. If he needs a miracle, but
Elise on the Trivela.
Because of the 3 places, it's still potentially
Yeah,
doable.
I agree. I find those Trivelas on precision very hard to aim it properly. On assisted, it's completely fine, but when you roll inside...
I'd rather power shot near post there.
Than a Trivela.
To ask Ryan, what is the difference in terms of the control with a precision shot as
It's just the
opposed
left
to...
analog stick. You need to make sure you're aiming it genuinely as precise as you can. What a ball that
Stingray,
is.
R9.
Oh, he's gone around the keeper.
Dancers round him.
That's insane.
And look at that reaction.
Look at the passion.
The pass.
3-0 down to 4-3 up. And
From
another
Harry
ball
Kane
roll.
is superb. Just
incisive pass. Oh, a shot cancelled right past the keeper.
And look at that reaction as well.
That's hard.
3-0 up for Facu Cohen. You speak about moments in tournaments that sort of set the precedent for the remaining games. This is one that's going to be a bit of pill to swallow if he goes on to lose it.
What's changed? You see the table.
You know what? As you said about Mark, it's still, it's still
think for Mark, this is an unbelievable result now because of third, it's 4 points. It's 2 wins, and he has still got to play Facu Cohen. He's still got to play Nick Sneb. I mean,
yeah, for Nick Sneb as well, he'll be happy with this result. Honestly, you'd rather Stingray just pull away and leave that last spot for you to decide on because.
And that's what makes it so great is that last spot is going to be a crazy fight.
We saw the Nick Sneb downbeat, but he's still the players that he's lost to today are. What are they? Who did he just lose to?
He lost to Sting.
He's lost to Stingray and Jafonzo, right?
And he's just lost to Jafonzo.
Yeah, both players are above him, so he's playing the players on paper. You know,
that he should be beaten.
Exactly. So you never know.
I can't keep up, Ryan. It's a madness.
Yeah.
It's too much carnage. Also, a lot of people in the Twitch chat I would say I've seen some correct nation guesses. I have seen some wrong ones, but I've seen some correct nation guesses. You've done well. There'll be more hints coming for you guys in the chat if you haven't worked it out. But yeah, a few people that were asking, I believe it's in the FC Pro Live Objectives tab. There's all the information on things you can claim for watching and using the Mystery Nation in-game.
Interesting ball out there. Just about fortunate to keep possession, Stingray. You'd expect an onslaught of attacks from Facu Cohen in these last moments.
Play a look into Neymar.
Oh, Ferdinand read that. What are you doing at this point here, Ryan? Is it pure game management?
Exactly what Sting does. Obviously, players say keep the ball in your own half, pass around the back. I actually don't recommend that.
Get it as far away as possible.
As far away as from your goal as you possibly can. In these sort of situations, to the corner flag, he's done extremely well to even get a couple seconds off of the clock there, but you don't want it in your own half.
That's where I'd like to have a player with Bruiser Plus. I think Theo's a good one to have.
Yeah.
No, Theo's certainly a good person, I think, to have on the ball there.
2 additional minutes. Facu Cohen has got 1 attack, and he has to score it to salvage a point from this game. A game in which he was leading 3-0. Stingray,
that was nice from Xavi,
with an heroic comeback to get himself back into the game. Neymar with the ball bouncing to his feet. Facu Cohen's still going to have a chance here. Can't go backwards. Has to be forwards.
It's now or never.
Elise, Neymar, Haaland gets a foot in.
Massive strength.
And Stingray will pick up 3 points. And he knows how important that is in order to solidify one of those top 3 positions.
It's cemented a spot, in my opinion, in the top 2. I'm going to go as far as to say that, and of course he still has to fight against Jafonzo for that #1 spot, but he's in the conversation. These points have been narrowed down today with Jafonzo dropping points, but he's got a Sharif that has come off a massive victory.
All the action from the FC Pro Open will continue. Sharif looks to turn his table around as he takes on high-flying Stingray.
Facu Cohen, don't count him out yet.
Creo que jugué muy bien contra Jafonso porque fue el partido donde más pude demostrar mi nivel y más cómodo me sentí y bueno, así lo pude mostrar en el resultado.
I'm a little bit mad because I lost to him, and I think that he didn't play at his best level today. I really wanted to finish with 5 wins.
It doesn't get more sweeter than that. You can tell he loved it. And Sharif is not loving it so much here with the FC Pro Open.
Against Sharif, I'll be honest, it could have been the worst I've played, and from the looks of it, the worst he's played as well. That was such a bad standard. 2 absolute awful outfits going at it.
For this game, I think luck was with me because the way I played, I was really bad.
2 wins on the bounce for Nixnep. Mark, unfortunately, still going to be only on 1 point from 9.
Again, it's just like, I'm there, but I'm not there. Like, I had a 1-goal lead, 1-1, 2-1 lead, 2-2, and then he scored 3-2. But it was like, luck wasn't in my favour today.
I'd expect a good game, and that's what it was, to be fair. Like, it was a bit of a close game, and I think I controlled the game much better than he did. I had more of the ball, I had more ball in his half, and yeah, I just took my chances.
PlayStation tournaments are on PS5. Featuring FC 25. Challenge more players and find more ways to win. Get ready to compete on a global stage with new and exciting daily tournaments, all at the press of a button. So whether you're a seasoned competitor or just starting, come for the challenge and leave with glory and incredible prizes. It's time to join the competition. Sign up now on PS5.
PlayStation.
Players in the world. Ice cold. He's in. He's on his way to the final. Scores. Anders is an FC Pro finalist. This is it. Your FC Pro Open Grand Final. P18 against Anders Vergang. Only one can call themselves champion. There's Haaland in the air towards the post. Back to Mateus. Champion.
Well, we're going to have our first finalist by the end of play tonight. If you want to see them in action, you can attend the live studio event on Saturday, February the 1st
here in London. Scan the QR code to register and get yourself down here because Pieface 23 is on the guest list as well.
Oh.
It's going to be absolutely sensational. Now, anyway, I mean, look, we're back in FC Pro right now, and mate, I can't believe you don't like sushi.
Yeah, I know, mate. I've never been to Tokyo, you know, either. Have you ever been, Richard?
I've not, but I love a California roll. I'll be honest.
Listen, I could do with some sushi right now. Oh, there's sour as well. Really nice item there.
Oh, there
Listen, big news, gents. Do you just wave at the screen over there?
I
Big
did,
news.
yeah.
We've got some big news because it's that time of the year again. Team of the year. I cannot believe we're saying this. I am super hyped for this one. Mr. Buckley, voting's now open. Who are you voting for?
Of them. Who am I voting for? I think there's a few players who deserve it. Cole Palmer being one, ice cold.
Yeah.
I really would like maybe a Patrick Guerrero in there as well from the women's side. And I'm also going to throw a rogue name out there, Marmouche. Get him in the team of the year.
A rogue. You're going to throw a rogue name out there.
What about you, Pieface? No Plymouth players, unfortunately,
No,
team of the year this year.
I like a few. I think Foden gets some respect on that man's name. She's a City Player of the Year. Got to shake a hand on there. I'm throwing a few more rogue ones. Maybe Verts or Danny Olmo.
I like it.
And for the ladies, I guess less rogue, Bob Matty.
Yeah.
Renard.
Renard as well.
Wendy.
Listen, I'm going to throw one out there for the women's team. Bunny Shaw. Basically, absolutely unplayable.
See who else he throws out there.
Bunny
Joshua
Shaw.
Gavardio.
Hang on, whoa, hang on one second.
Ruben Dias.
Edison.
No, I've got a couple more. You'll be surprised with
Haaland,
this. Josko Bardio, Ruben Dias,
Yeah.
Erling Haaland.
Yeah.
Let us know in the Twitch comments down below. Let our commentary team know later on who you're voting for in Team of the Year. But anyway, listen, we are watching some sensational FC this evening. Look at the Group E standings right now. And listen, we're going to focus on the bottom of the table right now, Richard Buckley, because Jafonso is doing amazing, but Mark 11, the results went his way towards the end of them.
Yeah, he's in with the running, but he needs to pick up 4 points to make sure he solidifies third. He's playing against third place right now. He's going to be taking on Nick Snebb in that next game, and if he loses that game, you could probably say it's out because the points difference with only 6 left to play. I'm really intrigued for that upcoming game to see what Sharif can do. If he can get the momentum rolling, we know he's one of the most formed players in the playbook, shall we say. If he gets any points on the board, he could cause a big upset.
This is honestly absolutely incredible. Remember, it's top 3 that qualify. There is a World Championship spot available as well. The race for that between Stingray and Jafonso. Any early predictions, Pi? Who are you picking out of them two?
Do you know what? I'm loving the carnage. It's so crazy. I think I'm going to say Stingray to top the group just because of how well he's playing. That comeback in the last game was unbelievable, and it's given, we thought Mark 11 was out of it, it's given him now a chance to, I mean, he needs a ridiculous run, but because of third place, he's not out of it.
You can see all of our players on the screen getting ready for the matches. A few of them probably scrolling Instagram. But let's get over to our casters straight away because it is time for the matches. So we put their phones away right now.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Yes, it gets even more tightly contested here at the FC Pro Open as we get closer and closer, Ryan, to finding out not just one player that's going to be going straight through to the FC Pro World Championship, but who else is going to be making it to the knockout stages. Before we talk about that, though, Ryan, let's talk about this. If you're at home and you'd like to get involved in the CONMEBOL eLibertadores this year and you are based in the LATAM side of things, you can sign up. This is your last chance to get involved if you are a player, as we said, based in South America that wants to get involved in a ridiculously stacked tournament where it will be hosted, of course, out in South America in a few months' time. You could be there. We were there last year in Sao Paulo, Ryan. It was ridiculous, wasn't it? The passion from the South Americans was crazy.
Still, probably top 3 events I've been fortunate to go and attend. Now, this is the trophy here, though. All that the players are vying to get their hands to become the second player to lift the trophy.
We were just speaking before it came to us on camera about, is it done yet? Are certain players through? Are they not? You said this is a really big round because it really could just start telling who's definitely through. And for someone like Mark 11, are they in the competition still? Are they in for a chance or are they out?
Well, I said every game's a must-win for Mark, but this one literally is. If he loses, he cannot advance into the top 3. So he needs to get points on the board. For Sharif, that game, or that victory against Mark 11, not only gives him the points on the board, but in terms of the mental fortitude it will bring him, it's worth 10 points, honestly. It will give him that huge boost of confidence, but he's up against a high-flying Stingray. Uh-oh, that's a big mistake. He gets fortunate there.
Let's speak about this one then. Round 3 here in the FC Pro Open. This is Group A we are bringing you tonight. And you could argue this is a bit of deja vu because they played in round 3 in December, these two, and it was Stingray that won this game. 4-3 when they last matched. And off the back of the performance that we've just seen from both of these two, it is going to be so hard to call which way this one is going to go. Stingray snatching a late winner up against Facu Cohen, who was in front in that game, Ryan, but Harry Kane again coming back to be the hero.
Yeah, beautiful header as well. Great over the top ball from Sharif. Didn't end up leading to a goal. It's a good start from him, though, in this game. Look at the triggered runs, you can see it. R9 Ronaldo, Theo Hernandez couldn't find the pass there from Stingray. But that's something that's so important, to make sure you get the triggered runs, forcing your opponent to make a decision.
There's a play a lot, this tease.
Nepo.
Mohamed Salah!
Oh, so smart.
Just waited! And bought as much time as he needed to.
It's so smart from Sharif, I'll be honest. The near post shot is the obvious thing to do there. A lot of players, we've seen goals today, and you take out the replay, decisive, Mo Salah, the play a lot. Spoke about it in R3, he cancelled it though. Near post movement from Stingray, which is the right thing to do. And because Sharif knows that, he knows how common it is for goals to be scored at the near post, instinctively shoots to the far post and just about gets off the inside of the post. Great start from him.
Well, we often talk about Mohamed Salah with the finesse play style plus, and it's always a case of you can't give him the angle. It was a completely different angle. That near post shot, he tried to block it, but in the meantime, Sharif was able just to guess right and put himself up by a goal to nil. Keep in mind there are 2 other matches taking place in this round. Jafonzo takes on Facu Cohen. Jafonzo, in case you didn't just see, just solidified himself 16 points already in the groups, which will mean that FC Pro Live item will get another +1 if he qualifies for the knockout stages tonight. It will also be another +1 upgrade as well, so we could be looking at an 89 rated Fabio Carvalho by the end of play tonight. That would be the biggest upgrade we've seen so far, Ryan.
Yeah, look how close we saw there with the points and the group stages there. Sharif has turned this group on its head. 7 points as it stands right now from a possible 9 today.
If
Great
ball.
He
needs to go 1-0 up here, it would
goodness.
shake the group up even more so. Quick corner played in. What a save that was from Courtois. Off the back of that devastating 4-3 loss to Stingray, Facu Cohen has not had long to take a few minutes, then get back into the mix of things here. Sharif leading by a goal to nil. We join this game live now on our main featured stage.
Look, he keeps looking for that little dink over the top to Leao, who wins the headers against the fullback more often than not. A knockdown to CR7.
And the other game that takes place in this round, what's the ball? That is Rafael. So much time, but has he got too much time to think about it? Maybe so. What I wanted to say is there's one more game taking place in this round, which you could argue is even bigger in this group, Ryan, and it's mixed up against Mark 11. It's so big because Mark 11 has to win this game even more than any game.
Yeah, literally, and you could argue the same for Nixneb, because you don't want to start today with 0 points from a possible 9. It's been a stuff of something from nightmares for him. I'm sure he would have envisioned it going a different way today, but he just has to focus on this game and what's ahead of him.
Well, we'll get the live standings as soon as we can. I've got a lot of love to give for our production crew backstage that are having to constantly update and move this table around as every goal goes in, as every result changes how this group is going to look. As it currently stands on a 0-0, Mark could be on 6 points, Nixneb remains on 10. Yes, I fully agree with what you're saying, Ryan, about, look, Nixneb hasn't got points on the board tonight, but he's still in a much better position point-wise. If Mark was to go and win this game, Mark would be on 8 points, Nixneb would be on 9. And depending on what Facu Cohen and Sharif do, it then...
Yeah, I know obviously as it stands, Sharif is in 3rd, but that's because Nixneb is drawing. If Nixneb wins his games, the one fortunate thing is his destiny is in his hands. All he has to do, I say all he has to do like it's an easy thing to do, but he has to focus on his games and not other people's results. Great play here from Sharif, 2-0 in 20 minutes against Stingray.
Well, he's the only player that started Cristiano Ronaldo. It is
oh my God,
11-man squad, and it's Sharif.
If you told me this would happen.
That finds himself 2 goals to the goods. You sit here as well, Ryan, and you think, if he didn't get 10 men, if he didn't go down to 10 men in round 1 against Facu Cohen, he could be on 9 points from 9. What a difference.
What a difference weeks makes, because if you told me that he would be in this position after the last game, last time out, he was crying, he was on the floor, he was completely derailed and devoid of confidence, but...
Facu Cohen looking to shake things up.
There's something I've noticed between Facu Cohen, Mark 11 and Nick Sneb, and I'll hold that thought actually.
Mark 11, big goal here. Vitinha, the bargain buy, the Winter Wildcard Portuguese midfielder.
Well, I was just about to say, they never really shoot unless it's a guaranteed goal. Would that classify as a guaranteed goal? It's a chance if you green it. And of course, he aimed it perfectly for Vitinha to score. But they seem to just work for a perfect chance, and I don't think you need to do that.
Well, I'd love to know in the chat, for those that are shooting in, any
Look at that.
Fabio Carvalho owners around that might be happy with what they're seeing tonight. From Jafonzo, he's on 17 points. In case you missed headline news, he's just got another +1 upgrade on the Portuguese player. That's the table as it currently stands. Sharif was bottom on 4 points as we kicked off tonight. So far, Ryan, he hasn't looked back. 7 points from 9 this would be if he was able to pick up a result here. Mark 11 finds his second in that game just before the 30th minute mark.
That's a devastating blow for Nick Sneb. Two good friends, have been watching him play in practice over the last few days, but for Mark 11, that's a massive goal. That keeps him in the conversation. Look at how close that is between 3rd and 6th. 3 points. Of course, the goal difference swings as well, but it's not too big of a disparity between -5 with the worst case and -1. So the table in the last 2 rounds, even in this round, can just keep flipping and turning based on the results.
Well, as that table continues to change and develop, remember, the top 4 is what you want to look at tonight. Top 3 is so important. Harry Kane, once again, scores an important goal. He has been the MVP for Stingray. The top 3 is what you need tonight to get to the knockout stage. If you finish 4th, you don't go through to the knockouts, but you will be invited back next year to the qualifier.
I don't know if you saw that in the replay. In the bottom left, it was Sharif's perspective on his D-pad tactics. I thought it was an automatic offside trap. It was a manual one, and I'll be honest, it's a poor one.
Well,
it's a free goal.
We have a chance just to have a brief breather here, Ryan. We saw the Team of the Year nominees have come out. The voting is now open for anyone at home. We asked in the chat, we'll ask again, who deserves the Team of the Year this year? I mean, Cole Palmer.
I'm going to stop you right there. Hear me out.
Go on.
This is going to get the pitchforks at me in the chat.
Christian Pulisic?
Do you vote based on real-life performances, or do you vote based on what you want to see in Ultimate Team?
I think you have 2 votes.
2 separate ones, right?
2 votes.
I get you on that, but there's only one that can be submitted. For me, I'm voting for Ultimate Team.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care what Haaland or Kane's done. Am I going to use them in game? No.
All right, give me a controversial player in that team then.
Controversial. I need to see. I actually haven't seen the nominees that's offside there from Nick Sneb. Try and think. Let's say right back, for example. A lot of players will say Carvajal deserves it. Would I use Carvajal in game? I wouldn't.
I mean, I want to go on to that point you just made there, Ryan. Let's get a poll up if we can in the chat now. You're building your Team of the Year. Are you building it based on football, or are you building it based on Ultimate Team? Because it's a great point you mentioned. It's something that will get people chatting and chatting and chatting online.
Why we come on? I need to see players that I want to use in my Ultimate Team. What's the point of me voting for someone I'm not going to use?
We'll get a poll triggered in the chat. Let us know. There'll be your chance to have your say on that opinion. And certainly that conversation that Ryan Pessoa...
I've seen people say Musiala. If he's nominated, absolutely. I love him in Ultimate Team.
Update over here, Stingray. Sharif may have been 2-0 up. Wipe that away, Ryan, because it's 2-2 there. Bottom side of your screen as well. 3 goals to nil, Mark 11, in a game that he has to win more than ever tonight to remain in the conversation. He leads by 3 goals.
3-0 is a big...
What a storyline there.
Near post, exactly. That's what we've been seeing a lot. That's why goalkeepers tend to be moved to the near post. Not in that case.
0 points still to his name tonight. He has had a rough performance, and he said in the confession room at the start of the show, the next time out he could have beat anyone.
Yeah.
Just goes to show,
Keeper's come out. He's fluffed his lines. Oh, no.
4 weeks can make such a difference. This is a howler from Courtois again. You have not had... Should he be in Team of the Year?
Who, sorry? Courtois?
Well, he's not played, has he, really? So, yeah, probably
he
not.
wasn't even nominated. Hey, Jafonso, I'm shaking my head with you, man. That's a tough goal to concede because you feel like you've dealt with it and then it just keeps coming back. And but for Facu Cohen, he needs to take that. Facu Cohen, you won't complain about scoring
is just unreliable at times, Courtois, as we've seen.
Look at what he does to the group, though. Level on points with Stingray.
Well, Facu Cohen, that result there has made this group look like this. With all the results as it currently stands. Points being shared. Obviously, Mark picking up a big 3 points at the bottom of the table. Hang on a minute. Harry Kane!
Deadly.
Once again will be the hero. There was question marks if he should even be playing tonight.
I'm looking at him playing on the stage. It was careless from Sharif to give away possession, but for Stingray to play that pass in perfectly and then the shot first time with Harry Kane, you could argue there's not many players you'd rather have in that position than Harry Kane. And look what it does to the table. Stingray top, 18 points. Jafonso, 16 points, of course, a greater goal difference. They're still having to play each other.
Please remember as well, Sharif was 2-0 up in that game after 25 in-game minutes. What a way to end that first half from Stingray.
And look what it does to Sharif. From 11 points sitting in third, he's now rock bottom, 8 points as it stands, which is horrible.
As we are playing 9-minute halves, there is still so much more time again for the games to swing and sway. And for points to be shared across the table, as we've just seen it completely flip there. Big story tonight. One player will qualify for the FC Pro World Championships later on this year. 32 players can only get there. And it's the ultimate goal, really, isn't it? That's just a big goal at the start of the season, right? Get to the World Championships. You could do it in early January. Here's Sharif.
Great
and in
run.
time of 2 minutes, Obion for 3-3. Didn't want the back post runner of Mohamed Salah, but does get a corner. And he runs out of play. That'll do us for half-time.
Yeah.
From what was a great start to the half is going to end as a pretty disappointing end for him.
Yeah, that step over off the pitch sort of summarises that last 25 minutes or so. But for Facu Cohen, he's got a huge second half because the second half against Stingray is where he sort of capitulated and gave away 4 goals without a response. Ended up losing that game from a 3-0 advantage. He can't do that again against Jafonso. These points are crucial.
And those goals as well that Mark is scoring are so important with the goal difference that he currently has to his name. If he can keep a clean sheet and bag a few goals. Here's Facu Cohen.
Maybe one more touch.
Very close to once again shaking up the table. There's the finesse. Courtois that time able to get 2 hands on it. Right, well, we asked you for a poll on your Team of the Year guess. Are you basing off real-life performance or FC 25 Ultimate Team? We've got someone else who can give us their answer on it as well. FG joins us now. What are you basing your Team of the Year vote on?
I've just made my first vote of Team of the Year.
Go on, then.
Japanese midfielder who plays for Manchester City, Yui Hasegawa. She is sensational. Brilliant.
So was that based on real-life football or Ultimate Team?
She is unbelievable. Vote for Yui Hasegawa from Japan. She is incredible.
Look at that Stingray. Harry Kane again, 4-2.
So your first Team of the Year player was a Japanese player?
Japanese centre defensive midfielder for Manchester City, Yui Hasegawa. She is a wizard.
I know you're a City fan, but I didn't expect that shout maybe for your first Team of the Year prediction.
Absolutely incredible. Japanese wizard in the centre of the park. See you later, guys.
He's done his job and now he's gone. Headset down.
What about the other 10 players, FG?
That was onside as well, just there from Facu Cohen. He's actually walked off.
He's actually gone.
Deadly serious. He's actually
maybe he hasn't finished his Team of the Year nominee vote. Well, what do you make of that poll result there, Ryan?
It doesn't surprise me.
I agree.
It doesn't surprise me, but I'm voting for Ultimate.
I did expect a few more Ultimate Team votes, I can't lie.
What do you vote for? A bit of both?
I would do Ultimate Team, but then I'll just get bashed for it, so I'm a bit like, maybe I should.
Yeah, but you're used to that, Brandon, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
To me, it doesn't matter. Like I said, I'm voting for who I want to use in the game.
Well, I can't wait to see your team of the year. Please put it up on social media.
Yeah, they will.
Can't wait to see the replies.
People at my front door.
Last 13 game minutes here, round 3, we are in. Chance for a second, Michael Elise! Nobody is safe in the FC Pro Open. Forget the world rankings, forget the trophies you've won. It is a free-for-all out there.
Just look at the turn here. Jafonso is right to try and preemptively move the defender there to predict a finesse shot from Elise, because if he takes a touch on the left foot and finesses it, it's a goal. But to take a touch on the right side and also take the finesse is also a goal. And speaking of goals, Stingray, it was 2-0 down, right? It was 2-0 down again, similar to the game just before. And he scored 5 goals without a response here.
Look at it as well, no perfect or better example, sorry, of having a coach there, Zatmore. He would have known that his player would have been so frustrated mentally. 2-0 down, 25 minutes in. Was able to keep Stingray calm, and next thing you know, he's 5-2 up in that game. And look at the goal scored for Stingray as well. 30 goals he has scored in the group stages.
That last round of the day, where Stingray and Jafonso have to play each other, that is going to be...
That could be a World Championship ticket.
It is, it will be. Well, if things go to plan, you expect them to win their next games. But then again, I expected Jafonso to beat Facu Cohen, and I feel like Facu Cohen beat Jafonso week 1. You've got all the facts and figures. I know you're diligent with that. I'm pretty certain that
he did. He beat him
Cohen's
5-3.
first win, right? Yeah.
It came in round 3.
Yep.
4 weeks ago when they played. It's a clever pass. I'm just more excited as well what this does for Mark 11, Ryan. It's going to give him confidence. He's still got 6 points to play for after this. He plays against Stingray, which isn't going to be too fun. Of course, those two are looking to team up this year in the Premier League for Ipswich Town.
Oh, that's sensational. Oh, he did green it. For Nick Sneb as well, I think his last 2 games will be against Facu Cohen and Sharif. So the games on paper you would have expected him to do well from. But even these games, you'd expect him to get at least a point out of the first 3 games, worst case. So to be in this position where he's got 0 is... Oh, that dribbling was beautiful. It's a disaster. But he's still in the conversation, though. It's only a, 1 or 2 point difference between himself and 3rd place.
You're in this scenario, Ryan, as a pro. How are you getting yourself back in the right mindset? You've not picked up a single point from your first 3 games, but you also need to realise, I'm not out of this, I'm still so in. How do you have that mental refresh when you're having, what, 3-4 minutes between a game? It's just non-stop, you're playing.
Yeah, everyone's different with the way they approach their mental stuff coming into group stages. You can look at it in the fact that if he had won, or let's say I'm in Nixon's position, I would look at it and think, I'm playing this bad, I've got no points today, however, I'm 1 win away, and I'll go back in this game, 20 minutes, he can still come back into this one, but he's 1 win away from still being in the top 3, and he hasn't got any points today. So all he needs to do is reset and think, if he can just get 2 wins in the final 2 games, just give himself a chance to advance. But then you can look at it on the flip side, where he could say, oh my gosh, look, I've thrown it away, I had a very good chance, and now I'm potentially out.
Jafonso.
Wow.
Valverde of all players, potentially pulling him back into this game. Sharif will not want to see this result again in a hurry. 23 minutes or so left in the game. He was leading 2-0 after just 20 minutes. And what would have been a really strong 7 points from 9 from his first 3 games. Unfortunately, he's only going to look like 4 points from a possible 9. There is still 2 more rounds left to be played. Goal from this attack would set him up perfectly. Rio Ferdinand bundled to the ground. He's going to get there just about on the reclaim of it. If that pause will ever come in from Sharif, it'll probably be a little bit too late. Well, there you go. 20 minutes left. We'll leave that game for a split second. We'll join this one. Facu Cohen, it's a really high line. Jafonso is going to be made to pay for this one. No, he is not.
What even I would love to see what happened there, but there's amount of space he had in behind. But that's a chance you're going to end up ruining those mistakes. We've seen it already.
Well, this is what happened. It was maybe an offside trap, or
it's a poor one. Look at the bottom right corner. Hold on. Nick Sneb's back into the game. 15 minutes, 2 goals in quick succession.
He's just got 2 goals in 3 minutes there.
Yeah, that puts a spanner in the works for Mark 11, who thought he would have been flying. You take a look at the replay. Nick Sneb, sorry, with the fake shot with Trickster. And Neymar, who's been definitely the MVP of this tournament so far. Green timed into the corner. For Mark 11, he's hoping that this doesn't end up being a game that he drops points in again.
Well, that's the table now as it currently stands.
Look at it. Sorry. Nick Sneb's got 0 points today, and he's still 1 point off of third.
Well, that just goes to show how important that first week is, isn't it?
Yeah. And for Jafonzo and Stingray, if the results stay the same, they're guaranteed at least a spot in the knockout stages of the FC Pro Open.
Top 3 go through to the knockout stages. Bottom 3 eliminated from the FC Pro Open in the group stages. They'll be the first 3 players that will be eliminated. If you finish top, you don't just qualify, you go straight into the quarterfinals, and you also qualify for the FC Pro World Championship. So much on the line for that top spot, which, as it currently stands, is going towards Stingray. What we should also say as well is there'll be another +1 upgrade for that man in the left corner of your screen. Bynal Gittens or Borussia Dortmund. Could be even an 89 rated in-game item tonight if he qualifies for the knockout stages too. So any of those owners, keep an eye on his price tag. He's the most priciest player in this group of all the 6 FC Pro Live items. If there was any pressure on Mark 11, it has been just pushed to the side there, Ryan.
Yep, he needed that. Vinicius Junior managing to get a goal back pretty much straight from the kickoff, it would seem.
I don't know what Fakou Koum is doing there for a split second, especially after what we've seen a few times from Courtois tonight. Last 10 minutes. This is such an important 3 points for Fakou Koum. He allows Stingray to go top of the table with 2 games left. He allows Fakou Koum to get back amongst the table. But will Jafonzo be able to remain unbeaten still tonight? A draw and a win so far to his name. This will be his first defeat in this side of the group standings. Updating Stingray's game. Is it another one for the Twisted Minds Pro? It's another one for Harry Kane. He might have a finesse playstyle plus, but how about Trivela instead?
Yeah, that's something that we've become accustomed to now with Stingray scoring with Harry Kane, but I did not expect that to start the day. I thought the choice was very obscure. We've never really seen him used this year. Oh, it's a good interception there from Rudiger. Look at what it does, though, for Stingray. I still can't believe it. 18 points. He's ahead of Jafonzo.
Another +1, as we said, on the overall rating of Bynal Gittens, putting him to an 88 in-game rated player. Last 3 in-game minutes, he doesn't really need to score again. Fakou Koum, just look after possession, taking points off.
Oh, that's beautiful. And another pass. Oh, that's lovely.
World champion. Oh, Fakou Koum.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. That is a sensational goal.
He enjoyed that one.
Look at this goal here. Elise triggers the run. McManaman plays it back again to Elise. Just waits, triggers the run with Neymar. That first time pass there. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful.
Well, I don't know what it is about Fakou Koum for Jafonzo, because it's the only player that he's lost to in the FC Pro Open. We beat him 5-2 4 weeks ago. He's beat him again tonight.
See the team press activated from Nick Sneb. Constant press. There's so many bodies forward. But for Mark 11, Brandon, all he has to do is just keep possession and secure 3 points.
His first win tonight, Ryan. A draw, a loss, and his first win coming now puts him on 8 points. We can see the table. It will Look, put him back.
So close. Oh my goodness.
2 more rounds to be played. I mean, the next game, Brian. Nixneb Faku Cohen.
Oh.
Next door neighbours in the table. Could be a chance to pull away and keep yourself in that 3rd spot. Mark will take on Stingray, and Jafonzo will take on Sharif in round 4.
Still in Nixneb's hand. It's still in his hands. That's the thing. If he wins both of his games, he qualifies. Despite him getting 0 points from a possible 9, he is still in control of his own destiny.
Just deflated as he looks now. He'll have a few minutes to reset.
Get another goal here. It's going to do wonders for the goal difference for Stingray. And the opposite for Sharif. 7-2, a 5-goal swing in this game. Still can't believe it. It feels like a different game where Sharif was 2-0 up.
9 points from 9 tonight from Stingray. How good is that man been? He has been absolutely ridiculous. Handshakes between the two before the game is concluded. First win of tonight for Mark 11. We've only put him 1 point away from Nixneb and even closer to the top 3. It's still so open here. Added time to come in this one as well. Faku Cohen has safely got Jafonzo's number. It's the 2nd time he's beat him. He's the only player that has been able to beat the Esports World Cup champion.
Great speed boost. This Neymar looks crazy. It's a red card late on. It doesn't make a difference. I'd argue only for a goal difference if Faku Cohen manages to score from this free kick.
Free kicks are in the right area like this. They're as good as penalties if you can get it right.
Yeah, outside of the boots. Put the player on the line there, which is the right thing to do.
This would be incredible if it goes in. Michael Elise is over. It goes for the outside the boot finish. And
that's why someone's on the line.
Rudiger will get there. Full-time results across all of our games. And this group is getting even more tasty. Oh, he's not done yet. He has been ridiculous. 8 goals to 2.
Would make a joke, but I'm leaving dad jokes behind 2024. I'm not going to say anything, Brandon.
It was there for the taking if you wanted it. But Sharif, I don't think you want to hear any jokes, and he's not too far away from us right now. He was 2-0 up in that game. He's just lost 8 goals to 2. You got no excuses for that. 9 points from 9 Stingray tonight.
Unbelievable.
Ridiculous. Scored 18 goals. Only conceded 7.
The thing is, the day's gone even better than he would have hoped, because you would have expected Jafonzo potentially to have 9 points out of 9 at this stage. So for Stingray to be sitting pretty top of the table with Jafonzo still to be up against him, he knows that, again, it's in his control.
Well, look, there is still so much to unfold here. Who are going to be our 3 players going to the knockout stage of the FC Pro Open? Round 4 is coming up next after this.
Into Kylian Mbappe, Jafonzo reinstates that 2-goal lead.
I try to score the max as I can so I can be more comfortable in the game.
I will upgrade my construction on the middle of the pitch. I wish I will do better next time.
Stingray against Mark 11. Mark was 1-0 up as Stingray adds a 3rd.
It was a bit of an end-to-end game, I'd say. I had a 1-goal lead. He got a terrible penalty at like 1-1, and then that game was done after that penalty.
See, I went a goal down against Mark. I'll be honest, I was still playing like an absolute donut. I got it done, but I need to stop making stuff so stressful.
Oh, the scoop turn is in! Nixneb with the opening goal, 50 minutes on the clock.
Hoy mi peor partido fue contra Nixneb porque siento que lo podría haber ganado y no estuve cerca.
It was a game that was a bit unknown before I come into the game. I knew I had a bit about him, but the game was really comfortable, to be fair. It was a nice 3-0 win, and as I say, I don't think I gave him a chance.
PlayStation tournaments are on PS5. Featuring FC 25. Challenge more players and find more ways to win. Get ready to compete on a global stage with new and exciting daily tournaments, all at the press of a button. So whether you're a seasoned competitor or just starting, come for the challenge and leave with glory and incredible prizes. It's time to join the competition. Sign up now on PS5.
PlayStation.
Welcome back to the FC Pro Open. You're watching the live pictures of the round we just saw. We saw defeat for Jafonso. We saw a huge win for Stingray and a win for Facu Cohen. And that man, Nick Steb, who it's not really gone well for today so far. But there's a lot to play for. And it's with great pleasure to say he is joining me at the tunnel right now in preparation for the next game. First things first, Nick Steb. It seems like this week hasn't gone your way so far. But what's worked in your positive way is what you did in week one.
Yeah, luckily I put myself in a decent position week one, but week two has obviously been horrendous so far. Still got 2 games to go, and I haven't really seen the group yet, but if we can pick up 2 wins, and hopefully it's enough, I don't know.
Well, we can show you the group on the screen in a minute, which we will do for you people watching at home, but I can tell you, you've got a game against Facu Cohen next. You beat them 3-0 last time. Does that work in your favour?
Well, I'd hope so. Obviously, there's a bit of positivity to bring on into the next game, because so far it's been terrible, but if we can get 3 points here, then we can go into confidence in the last game, and hopefully it's enough, I can say.
You're one point behind Facu Cohen going into the game, so it makes it a massive game. Things haven't quite gone your way so far. Is there anything you're looking to change in this in your preparation, in terms of maybe potentially your tactics, switching anything up, or are you just sticking with what you've been playing with?
Honestly, I'm not sure. During the 3 games I've played, I've contemplated changing. Clearly something's not working, so I don't know, we'll see.
Well, this could be a very, very good story. You've got 2 games to go. We wish you all the best in both of them. And for now, we're going to head over to Ryan, who's got some FC Pro IQ.
Well, I'm actually joined by Pieface. FC IQ has been a part of the show that I love myself. I count myself as a decent player, to be honest.
Very good, that's
I'm
humble.
not bad,
That's
I'm not
humble.
bad, but I still use these parts of the show to learn from the best, and that's what we've got right here, Pieface.
Yep.
It's a clip from Pietzin up against Levy, 2 of the best players in the world, and because it's so good, we're going to play it twice. The first time, we're not going to interrupt it. It's an attack from Levy David that gets snuffed out, but just look at that pass fizzed out. Next thing you know, he's on the attack. It's unbelievable.
It's so clean.
And just the dribbling here, the L1 dribbling, the R1 dribbling, the fakes, the first time passes. the pass across there to Mbappe, the composure is unbelievable. And as I said, we're going to go through it twice just so we can break it down slightly. We started here, as I said. He's in his own box, practically defending from the byline.
Yeah.
He does well to jockey and commit there. Xavi Simons makes a tackle there with Valverde, cuts back with Virgil. Look at this pass.
How do you do that
So
for an idiot like me that hasn't got any
If we can pause
idea?
it just here as we get to the ball with Lauren James. It's an R1 square, so it's fizzed out towards the side of the pitch there.
Right.
And if you look at the radius, it's hard to see, but he's got enough players there where you can pose a threat. There's a gap between Hierro, so if you're Levi David in this situation, you have to worry about, I need to jockey backwards because he could sprint boost in behind the defensive line, Javella, ball roll, pass across goal, shot across goal, anything can happen.
Yep.
The play goes on, as you see here with Lauren James. He's just R1 dribbling, L1 sprint boost faking it. So you can see Hierro is dancing all over the place.
Okay.
Levy has no idea what to do here.
Yeah.
The pass played in to Kenny Dalglish. What would you do in this position?
So here I'm probably going to sprint and try and run in between the two defenders.
Run in between the two defenders. And as the clip plays on, we'll see what Pietzin does. This is what I mean. This is why he's better than both of us.
Because right here, if we pause it...
I'm shooting that.
Yeah, I am seeing the open goal,
Yep.
the keeper off.
Straight away.
Yeah.
But do you trust yourself with position, though?
No,
This isn't shooting.
no, I'm probably going
Goal
for
kick.
a power shot, maybe maybe a finesse.
Yeah, we'll clear the screen again. We'll see it. So that's the first time I would have shot. We play on the clip here. Kenny Dalglish finesse shot plus. We stop it right here. Again, I'm shooting.
Yeah, you're going for
finesse
finesse
shot.
shot.
I'm shooting this again. We go again with Pietzin. He's still got time. He plays it back. A beautiful first time pass. I'm shooting here again.
Yeah.
So there's 3 times here. It just shows the composure of Pietzin. He trusts himself to build up the perfect chance. And again, clip goes on.
And then how do I make this run for the final player there?
That
in
one's
order
just
to...
down to just the IQ in the game, literally FC IQ. Mbappe takes the space inside to forward of his position. And then the composure again. The goalkeeper movement from Levy was great. He predicted where he would move. It's a normal shot across goal. But the shot to the other corner, the composure there from Pietzin is what separates us two from the likes of Pietzin.
It's just so smooth.
Yeah,
It's so smooth.
and he's doing it against nobody that you couldn't shine the name. Levi David, one of the best players in the world defensively, and it just makes it look so easy, Pi.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I'm learning because I didn't know about the R1 square in order to play that out from the back because I normally like a ping pass, but I might have to try and implement that into my game.
Yeah, I might have to as well, and I'm sure those at home, you need to put it into your game. But let's head on over to the casters for this huge round 4.
Thank you so much, Ryan and Pieface. Again, that was another great instalment there of the FC Pro IQ. Rich, Happy New Year. We're back in the commentary box. I think maybe for one of the first times this FC Pro season. We come at a great time. We've arrived at the right time because round 4 is here. And I can tell you're up for it.
It's a big, big round. When you look at the two players, Nick Snebb, he's had a grimace on his face all day. He's been struggling. 0 points so far. On the other side of the stage, Facu Cohen, every time he's in a game, it feels like he's going to get something over the line, but whether it's a win turning into a draw or a draw turning into a loss, he's just not been able to convert. And that's the big word that I'm going to use for Facu Cohen. Convert chances, convert points up that table. He's in with a chance, and that's the big thing. He's in with a shot at finishing 3rd.
And it's a great example as well, Rich, of the FC Pro Open. How different it is from 4 weeks ago when you're seeing players like Nick Snebb. 0 points so far tonight from 9 that was available. Jafonzo is off top spot. Stingray's been on goal scoring form. 18 goals he scored. I'd love to know how many Harry Kane has scored on the way through. But there is still so much to play for.
You look at those other 2 games taking place as well. Mark Levin in a must-win game. He is taking on Stingray, who has been in fine form. Perfect tonight. On the other side of it, Sharif and Jafonzo. Can Sharif pick something out? It's going to be a big, big ask.
Well, the round 4 is here in Group A. And this is how it currently stands. Top spot, remember, doesn't just go to the knockouts, they go to the quarterfinals, they go to the FC Pro World Championships. The first name of 32 that will be there, locked in, sealed, ahead of the biggest tournament of the year.
It's in Stingray's hands. You win that game, you go clear.
And then the best part is, you play Jafonzo in round 5. Depending on how this result goes, it really could be round 5 to decide who is going to the World Championships. Here's Facu Cohen now, looking to get off the mark early doors. Vincent Kompany, his winter wildcard in-game item. A star in the team for Nick Snebb, coming across to be the hero.
It's not about how you start, it's about how you finish as well. Saw that not too long ago with another World Championships just over the festive break. Luke Littler lifting that title. He finished in a spectacular fashion. Nick Snebb did get 9 points in week 1, but he's just not done enough this time around.
Especially after how confident he was as well. Coming into today saying that next time round he was confident he could take down everyone that stood in his way. That's a terrible red time finish there from Faku Cohen. If we can, let's jump around to our other matches as well. They're taking place. 3 games underway at the same time here. Mark 11 up against Stingray. These two are going to be teammates potentially in the E-Premier League if they can both win their ultimate qualification game for Ipswich Town. What a ridiculous duo that one could plan to be. For now, they've got to put that friendship aside and focus on what is a huge, huge game for either, both the two. It could be a World Championship game, but also for Mark to stay in that top 3 conversation.
We can see the chat at home. A couple of people with a few comments that I do want to read out. Awi saying Jafonso has a chance to qualify. He certainly does, alongside our good friend Falcons Mike, saying thanks for the FC IQ lesson. Stingray has brought him down.
Mark 11 with a golden chance from the spot. Neymar steps up. Can he put 1 goal in front? No, he can't. Courtois keeps the game at 0-0.
It's just not going his way. He's had a few really, really bad goals he's conceded, Mark, this evening. Talking of goals, Sharif with Rafael Leao acrobatically puts him in front against Jafonso.
Well, we know he's a good starter, Sharif. He was 2-0 up in his last game, but it's how he builds on from that. Because he won't want us to remind him of what that score was against Stingray. That's the table as it currently stands now. Faku Cohen looking to change that table up one more time. Stingray top 19 points. It might even matter about round 5.
Win this game, Sharif does you a favour. You're going through top into the final game.
Here's Teo Hernandez all the way from left, Baku. Very nearly took matters into his own hands.
You let your hair down for Stingray in that last game if he gets the job done in round 9.
Little dink into Vinicius Junior was the idea. He was never going to win that battle against Vincent Kompany. Jafonso just come off the back of a 3-1 defeat to Faku Cohen. Currently 1-0 down against Sharif.
Certainly not been as dominant, has he, this evening, Jafonso? Free kick on the edge.
Wait a second, Richie, we might have more news.
Hold the phone.
Rafael Leao finds Mohamed Salah on that trusted finesse. Times it green, 15 minutes in. What a start for the Moroccan.
I said it on the desk, what, 20, 30 minutes ago? If Sharif gets going and gets that momentum flying, that's a really harsh penalty.
Penalty down the other end.
That's a very harsh penalty.
It's penalty central over here. Mark missed his. Did Harry Kane score his? Yes, he did. Stingray leads by a goal to 0.
I don't know if I can see. Can we see it again? The penalty that was given. I didn't know if there were more contact in the foul or if it was just the goalkeeper coming out and clattering him. It feels harsh either way. I'll be completely honest.
That's going to be 21 points.
That's that you can't
for Stingray. That's a World Championship.
So player locks into the back post. Yeah.
I don't know how
Mark's been really unfortunate.
He's been given a penalty there, but that reaction will tell you all you need to know. And the only game without a goal so far, maybe until now, is Nick Snebb against Faku Cohen. Update in Sharif's game. Last time we saw he was 2-0 up. Richard Buckley, he's 3-0 up.
He's dancing round Jafonso right now. Build up on the edge of the box. The little dink through to CR7. Jafonso just taking the headset off for a second, having to recompose himself.
He's had to take a breather. He can't believe what's going on in these first 20 in-game minutes.
Sharif has hit him.
Look at that.
So quickly.
Well, it looks to be the first name on the way to the World Championships.
Look
It's
at that
going to
goal
be
difference.
Stingray Jr. What a night he has had.
Jafonso was clear on the goal difference if it came down to that, and with a few results going against him, a -2 in the last round, now he's -3 as it stands. Even if it goes down to that last game and they're on the same points, it doesn't matter. Elise cuts it back inside the box, but Courtois picks it up. And was that, did I notice that correctly, 3rd and 4th both on 11 as well, so it's so tightly contested. We suggested goal difference was going to be needed at some point during the FC Pro Open. It looks like it's going to be in this first week.
34 goals scored, Richard. 19 scored just tonight. Important goal back there for Jafonso. Well, very well taken, Chavella there from Valverde.
Scored a few tonight as Valverde.
But that would be 4 wins in a row from Stingray. Quite simply, doesn't actually need to pick up the controller in his last game of how this table is looking.
That Jafonso game, by the way, is far from done, because if there's one player who you potentially expect, or a combination, shall I say, a pair of players in a game which could be turned round, it's Jafonso coming from behind and Sharif sacrificing a lead. His game management, I'm going to go out and say, has been poor throughout the Pro Open so far.
What a ball that could be, R9. You sort of forget R9's playing in this team, Rich.
Being quiet.
With how good Harry Kane has been.
It's not needed to be so low.
So often we sit here and we say R9 scoring goals, Ronaldo Nazaro's putting on a show. And it's fortunate enough that you can actually get into this restriction. Very, very expensive item. It's got nearly half the budget.
Feels very much like a team effort from Stingray.
Would love to know as well in the chat any Barnell Gittins owners of Borussia Dortmund, because he's an 87 rated as it currently stands. He's already had an upgrade from last time we saw him, but already we can tell you he's potentially on his way to an 89. A +2 upgrade could be on the way tonight just because he's picked up 16 points, and by the looks of it, he's off to the FC Pro World Championships.
$25,000 will be going into his back pocket for a guaranteed top 8 at the Pro Open. It'd be one game away in the Pro Open finals from auto qualifying to next year's Pro Open if he was to reach a semi-final of this tournament. He goes into the World Championships, the first player to confirm their place at the Worlds, got to say as well. And look at that table, 21 points. He's got clear distance between Jafonso, and have a peek at that. Fakou Cohen, Sharif and Nixneb all within a point of each other. Mark 11 would be bottom and out of the running, but that 3rd place is well and truly up for grabs.
Well, half-time in the only game that hasn't seen a goal so far. Nixneb nil, Fakou Cohen nil. Back to this one. Have to remember as well, there's been 2 penalties in this game. Mark 11 missed his penalty early doors. Could he make the most of this one, though? He can.
It's not done yet, this game. Far from done. It's a really, really nice, well-worked goal. He recycles the play. The play-a-lot fake into Xavi from Vinicius Jr. and then finds him again inside the box. One touch, sets it, fires it past him with the left boot.
Real tough game for both of these two as well. Really good friends outside of the pro circuit. They're looking to be teammates this year in the Premier League for Ipswich Town. Still, all to play for there. 3-1 over here. Sharif had the perfect start 20 minutes in. He might be on for another one. The fact that Sharif's still in the running for this as well just goes to show. Cannot count anyone out. Keeper comes off his line. Was left with a decision to make there.
Jafonso scores his next goal, by the way. Sharif, I talked about the game management, the composure. It just seems to eke out of him. And he really struggles when it's not an end-to-end fast-paced game. When it just slows down ever so slightly and he finds himself having to defend, he pulls players out of position, he gives up easy chances. and gives their opponent, his opponent, a lot of confidence to get back into the game.
And from what we've seen tonight, when he's in winning positions by 2 or 3 goals, with how long these halves are, they're 9-minute halves, they're long. Against this level of player, it's so easy to throw away, Elite. Especially when you're up against the Esports World Cup champion. This is superb from Sharif. Just can't find that final part of the puzzle though. Half times, slowly kicking in around our all-important round 4 here in the FC Pro Open. As it currently stands, Stingray's off to a World Championship, the first player on the list.
Did you see someone in the chat ask, it was DuPont, asking, is it the top 2 who qualify automatically? We can tell you it's not. It's the first place player in each group qualifies automatically to the World Championships and to the quarter-final of this Pro Open tournament. Players 2 and 3 will qualify into the first knockout round of the Pro Open. So they can still go on and win the tournament, but they'll have to play a qualifying round to get into the quarter-final stages. 3 players from each group, 50%, go through into the latter stages. 3 players are eliminated.
Yeah, exactly that. In part, there's 2 massive tournaments this year. The FC Pro Open always kicks off our season from November to the start of February. And then comes in the virtual leagues, such as the Premier Leagues, the Champions Leagues, and so forth. And then it's all eyes on the World Championships, normally in the summer. Later on this year, hence why it's such an accomplishment and achievement to book your place amongst the best 32 in the world. 5-6 months early. Sort of unheard of, really. This game is still goalless, though.
A lot of people still asking about the Mission Nation, by the way.
Hello. Stake there.
Denmark, not today. A lot of people still asking.
Update over here, Stingray. Might not be there just yet. 2-2 there. Mark 11. Able to pull it back. You mentioned the Mystery Nation, Rich. Someone who hopefully has been getting some more inside scoop on the Mystery Nation is Pieface. He joins us now.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I've just come from Japan, so which turns out that might be what it is. I may have been told.
You could have given us a bit more oomph there.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, I feel like I've given them a lot of clues. Big popular food. You know, red and white in the flag. Not in Europe, not in South America.
Did you expect a bit more build-up there, Rich?
Did you? I was just trying to help the chat out. I respect
anyone. You just came over and just went, it's Japan.
Well, they said to me, let them know what it is. I thought, well, you know...
Not going to mess them out with it. Not going to waste time.
Give the people what they want. They need their coins. I respect it.
Well, who did guess it right before we build the answer for you? And let us know if you've completed those all-important objective challenges in the game. Update over here. This man loves a finish from the edge of the box, by the way.
No game's over here, is it?
No.
No game is over. We were just actually talking about, with Ryan saying how Sharif does seem to struggle in positions to hold leads with, so we say, maybe game management. Like his attacking football is glorious, but I see, I mean, obviously I'm one for making errors, but it seems like errors that a player of my level would make, which is it's surprising to see in a pro-level player, you know?
Look at the goal difference.
Yep. Look at that.
We're just so in sync.
Do you know
there.
what it is? That's nearly 7-8 years of seeing a live table pop up.
That was very wholesome, boys. I want you to know that.
We just got excited.
Because the goal difference is so close.
Group's carnage, isn't it? Absolute carnage.
Just on that point, though, that Pie's making, Rich, about Sharif. Starts games so well, but just struggles to hold on to it.
And I'm going to harp back. That's the beauty of 9-minute halves. If these games are 6-minute halves, he's probably picking up more points. But the longer the game goes on, the more pressure he puts on himself to get over the line, the more momentum that swings in his opponent's favour. he just can't quite seem to put results together. He's missing the last jigsaw piece. It's gone under the sofa and the dogs ate it. He can't get over the line.
I love that analogy. That was brilliant. That's what you get the big bucks for, isn't it? You know?
Sounds like personal experience, that.
It's a very, very northern thing, isn't it?
A wintry scene, I couldn't complete it.
Last
run
bird.
from Hernandez.
The onside to Hernandez, yes he is. Jafonzo, you feel like all the momentum's on his side now. He still wants to fight for that World Championship spot. Someone's making noise. I think it could be from Nixted Faku Cohen. It was goalless for 60+ in-game minutes. And this is what the roar's about. It sounded like a South American roar because it was from the Argentine. Big goal that puts him in the top 3. More twists to this table, Richard Buckley.
Look at the table. Faku Cohen, 13 points with 3 left to play for. He's in pole position to clutch up and get that 3rd place finish, guaranteeing a knockout.
That Stingray Mark game, and this game here. Update over here, Stingray saying, I don't want to be involved in the ifs and buts and maybes in game 5. I want to get a World Championship ticket now. If he can see this result out, it might just be on his way.
It's a really, really nice finish from Rafael Leao. Just that fake shot, rolling it over to the left foot, and that's the table now.
Yeah, Stingray's loving. I mean, he's hit the form today, hasn't he? He's played some beautiful stuff. Scored a lot of goals, some great attacking football. I mean, I know that game's not done yet, but
He hasn't lost a game today, Pi. He's been superb.
yeah, it's crazy. And then look at Jafonso. I mean, he started the day on 12 points. He's on 16. I think right now he'd be pretty disappointed. But as you said, Richard, 9-minute halves. There's still plenty of time here for him to tell us. I mean, 22 in-game minutes of a player of his quality could easily get something out of this game.
Absolutely.
And we've seen how Sharif has kind of dealt with late pressure.
It'd be heartbreaking as well for Sharif.
If he concedes now, he will crumble.
But he also has that ability to go up the other end and bang in a couple more. Just depends how he wants to play the game out, really.
I was speaking to Stingray before we kicked off today, when I was getting ready for the draft show. Just had a couple of words with him, and he said, I'm looking for 7 points today. 7 points are a good haul. That should be enough to get me through. He has absolutely blown it out of the water.
Yeah, he's done more than just get through. But the thing is, if Jafonso can get a result, then it all comes down to that last game. It's not over to decide that top spot.
A win here has to happen for that even to be a possibility.
Heavy touch. That was unlucky there.
Update here. He's maybe not there yet. Mark 11. Doing all he can to stop his mate getting that auto ticket to the World Championships.
Ooh, so much drama.
Lovely corner set piece as well. Played it short, recycled the play around the box. And it wasn't just Mark 11 scoring.
See, this is now massive, because if Mark 11 can somehow turn it around, this game ends in a draw, Mark 11 can still qualify. That's the result he needs. That is the result he needs. So this is now mad motivation for him to try and turn it around.
The poor team with the production truck here just constantly changing and updating the table. As every matchup continues to change, there's nearly draws across the board. All that's missing is Jafonso popping up with an equaliser. And I wouldn't count that out, because there's still about 15 game minutes left in that one too.
I think we've still got 3 more weeks of this. My heart can't take it.
And the best part is in those other groups, Pi, the gap isn't really as big as this as well.
No, I'm excited for some stuff to come.
Back to you, Stingray. Can you lead for a 4th time in the game? He can, it's Harry Kane!
Non-stop.
Is he not offside?
He must have timed that perfectly. He has been relentless today, hasn't he? And we wwere questioning earlier why he used him. I seen that in the interview, and now he's just... I think you were saying Neymar was the star of the night. I think potentially Harry Kane might have been the star of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked also about Sharif's mental. We talked about Jafonso's class. And it's a Unfortunate bounce, ball around the keeper, level playing field with 15 left.
We've said, haven't we, on a few occasions today, going forward, absolutely brilliant, but in those composed defensive scenarios, I think he'll be disappointed.
3-0 pie again.
I know, and that's the mad thing. And we've seen how much this does mean to him and how hard he takes things like this. So now he's got to compose himself. Again, looking at the table, he needs to...
Has to win, Jafonso.
I think he will. I think he goes on to win that game now.
Let's stay with it if we can then. 12 in-game minutes left. A win has to happen for Jafonso.
The thing is here, though, Sharif needs 3 points as well, so he's going to have to go for it too. This could be a crazy 12 in-game minutes of FC.
He's just for all that momentum, though. He's going to be on the side of Jafonso. If just giving away a 3-goal lead late on like this. Again, that table can still change. Obviously, this is just based on the winning position of Stingray. Sharif was to go and grab a goal. This would just shake it up even more.
I think he's got to do better there with the finish. I do think he's got to do better with the finish. Quite interesting to note, actually, and this is just from a, should we say, a more casual player perspective, is that neither of Sharif or Jafonso have a coach with them while they're playing. So I don't know, obviously, I've seen, I think all other 4 players have, so I don't know how that's... do you think that Brandon might help Sharif in a scenario like this, have on his shoulder to
I think so, because we've seen how emotional he is, especially when it's not going well.
Have a look at that, side by side, all the action.
So important, these 2 games, because it could determine our first World Championship finalist.
Mark's building on the right-hand side. Javi around the corner, waiting, holding. Will he get a runner?
Well, we'll catch by face a little bit later on. There's a time green, Travella! Jafonso! Flips the game on its head!
It was always going to happen as soon as he scored that first goal, and the game turned. It took a spin, and it spun out of control for Sharif.
Well, we're not done just yet. The draw happens here, it could shake things up even more. It looks like it all could come down.
He's in, we are 9, he's in.
To this last final game, goal difference will be huge though, R9. Stopped in his tracks by Courtois. Last 3 game minutes. It would mean that Jafonso would have to beat Stingray to qualify for the World Championship. And you just feel that
4-3 on either side.
On the opposite side of the stage for Sharif, he is really going to crumble. It's been a handful of results that he would not want to see again.
What did I say? It's not about how you finish, it's about how you end. It's not about how you start, sorry. It's about how you finish. And Stingray can't put that game to bed. Harry Kane with a finesse shot.
If Mark can go and snatch a late draw it,
he needs a point on the board as well for his own development in this tournament.
Again, Jafonso has to win this game based on the current score we're seeing from Stingray for it to actually have a chance in the last.
Jafonso wraps it up. 5-3.
That's why he's Esports World Cup champion. I think it's been one of the big names to fear here in the FC Pro Open. And on the other side of your screen there, a devastated Sharif.
The goal difference takes a huge swing. And I believe it's in Jafonso's favour. Every single goal is pivotal. And that's a full time.
Wow. It's all going to come down to round 5. Look at that table. And up next, Stingray will take on Jafonso. Only one of those 2 players can make it straight into the World Championships. It couldn't end any better.
The battle for 3rd is still on. 11 points Facu Cohen, 10 points Nick Sneb. Mark 11 and Sharif, bottom of the table, 8 apiece.
You can see that table again. You can see on the goal difference side of things, unfortunately, Mark 11.
Did we get a full time from Facu Cohen and Nick Sneb? think we have yet.
I mean, this world's here where a lot can happen in this last game still. Mark will take on Facu Cohen. Nick Steb will take on Sharif. Of course, the goal difference for Sharif has put him out of the race completely, really.
Even for Mark as well.
It's a big ask.
Fourth, which is important because you get an auto-qualifier invitation back to next year's FC Pro Open Global Qualifier. I mean, you don't have to go through the regional competition in Europe, in South America, etc. to qualify.
Well, Sharif. So disappointed in himself.
And you know why? Because it was there for him. In every game.
He's played so...
Not in just one game, in every game.
Yeah, he's been in winning positions in every single game tonight. This is big, though. Last chance of the game. Oh,
rebound,
bicycle
rebound.
kick.
Oh.
Cleared out wide. It's all going to come down to round 5 here in the FC Pro Open. We know that Jafonzo's on his way. Stingray on their way to the knockout stages. But who's going to get top spot? Who's going to get to the World Championships? And more importantly, Richard, who is going to take that all-important third spot?
Oh, this is so hotly contested. 1 round, 3 games, 18 minutes of action to decide the entirety of Group A.
Absolutely. Stingray v Jafonzo comes up next. And if you're enjoying what this is, take a sneak peek of what's to come next week.
Oh, this group is unbelievable. You got some of the best players in the world today.
The world champion is back in town once again here in London.
I finished the day as number 2, so I'm not happy, but I still have everything in my own hands.
The 1OS and Abu Fawaz, it sort of maroons them towards the bottom half of the table.
Nicholas, how about that for a finish?
4 points away, so I'm still here.
LJR,
it's unbelievable.
Is the man in form. It's a battle for top. If Manu wins, he goes top of the table.
Free kick coming from Bobby Charlton. Oh, what a way to end it. Job done for Manu Bishure.
It was a good day 1. Job's not finished.
PlayStation tournaments are on PS5. Featuring FC 25. Challenge more players and find more ways to win. Get ready to compete on a global stage with new and exciting daily tournaments, all at the press of a button. So whether you're a seasoned competitor or just starting, come for the challenge and leave with glory and incredible prizes. It's time to join the competition. Sign up now on PS5.
PlayStation.
could only play Weekend League, right?
Stop screaming.
Come on, man.
Don't scream like that and then won't shake.
This is the big one. 2 world champions going head-to-head, and whoever wins this one will top the group. Power shots! Madame will open up the account. Ousmane Dembele finds Mbappe. Oh, it's an own goal! Manu will take a 2-goal lead. First time, Gravenberch.
And that was a big goal.
Drogba just pushes his man out of the way and finds a 2-2.
Game on.
Here's a big chance now for Manu Leighton. Lovely ball roll into the time green.
That is composure.
Free kick's coming from Bobby Charlton. Oh, what a way to end it.
A huge win for Manu. And he's going to put him top of the group.
I finished the day as number 2, so I'm not happy, but I still have everything in my own hands. I'm still very mad that I'm too bad to lose to Batshuayi in the last game.
Obviously, first is massive, but it was a good day one. Job's not finished.
Yes, everybody, week 2 is going to be next week. Pi's been in hysterics watching that. Manu Bashore and Anders Bergkamp will be back same time as us next week. But listen, we've got a group A to talk about, and I can't believe, Ryan, we're in this position because we're about to have a featured match involving 2 players who are playing for a World Championship spot. Well, let's look at the last round, shall we?
The last round, there were so many changes. You heard so many celebrations, so many roars, tantrums going across the arena. Well, all 3 of us were sat watching it unfold. It's crazy.
I feel for the graphics guys because I don't know how many times they changed the tables during that game, but it was ridiculous.
I mean, it's not just about our featured match right here in Group A right now, Pi, because we've got 3 players who could potentially, if results go their way, qualify as well. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it's mad, mate. My brain is absolutely fried. It's the goal difference as well here that's going to be key.
Oh, just look at this table, right?
Just 4th and 5th are both on -5. It's mental.
Just to let you guys know at home, okay, Stingray and Jafonso, whoever finishes top, Ryan, gets a place at the World Championship.
Insane.
That is, I mean, let's talk about that. As an ex-pro, that is incredible.
The relief you will get to qualify at this stage of the season is unbelievable.
And then on the other perspective, you've got Nick Sneb, Mark 11 and Facu Cohen all fighting for that 3rd spot.
For me, Sharif is out of it just based on the goal difference. Unless something crazy happens, Facu Cohen sat 3rd right now, 11 points. It's so tightly contested because if Mark 11 beats Facu Cohen and let's say Nick Sneb and Sharif draw, based on the goal difference swing, he could qualify as well. So he's not out of it on 8 points.
That's ridiculous, the thing. After everything, Mark Levitt can still qualify. Like, from the roller coaster we've had today, it's
even
crazy.
Nick Sneb's got 1 point from a possible 12.
And you've said every game, all he's got to do is win one. And you've said that for the last 4 games.
1 game.
So now, though, the win might not be enough if Facu Cohen wins. That's what's crazy.
It's out of his hands.
Yeah.
This is absolutely outrageous. I never thought we would see this. Let's take a look at the upgrade, shall we, of the FC Pro Live items. Look, I mean, in case the action isn't enough, we've also got some incredible items here. Pi, any of these making your starting 11?
If I'm honest with you, probably not, although I bought about 20 odd Oxlade-Chamberlains earlier, so I could do, I think, with Nick Sneb, get the result. He's already down quite a bit. It's not gone well.
I'd say Bino Gittins, because I know they get an alternate position. If he gets right mid, I love a Trevella. I need him in the team if he gets right mid.
I mean, the amount of times Ryan Pessoa has been urging these pros to score Trevella.
Yeah, he loves the green time.
Okay, what got Jafonso back in the game? Trevella.
Okay, I'll tell you what, let's talk about Jafonso again, shall we? And let's go to week 1 and have a look at how it went between them 2 in week 1. Surely this doesn't matter, this game. It was 6-1 to Jafonso last week, and the stakes are a lot higher now, Ryan.
Yeah, it was a comprehensive beatdown, to be honest. But we don't really see those first-time power shots anymore. Corners directly, you don't see that as well. And, of course, Sharif against Nick Sneb. Last time out, I remember speaking to Nick Sneb. He was devastated with the result in this game. But you're up against a player, you saw the tantrum. Mentally, I'm thinking, if I get a lead and I keep the ball, he's going to crumble.
Yeah, I mean, as a man who crumbles every weekend on the weekend league, Pi, you saw the reaction from Sharif at the end.
Oh, I felt the man's pain.
I felt it as well.
Yeah, I mean, things haven't gone his way, but he's still a fantastic FC player, and there's still a fantastic amount of games to play. Look, Mr. Richard Buckley is itching to get on the broadcast with a man who's got such an important game ahead of him. Over to you, Mr. Buckley.
I'm itching, guys, because we've been talking quite a bit off camera. You've got quite a lot to say, Stingray. So instead of doing a normal interview, all I'm going to do is I'm going to say, the mic's there. Don't swear, please. But you want to get a few things off your mind.
Lack of better words, I've been trolled. 3-0, I'm like, hang on a minute. I've done the absolute best I can to rig the absolute life out of Mark 11. I'm sitting there thinking, it could be today, Grandma, it could be today. and all of a sudden, 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, 4-3. I was thinking, oh, I can just chill, I've qualified, and then, yeah, 4 daggers got sent in the goal, but hopefully, I can not lose 6-1 this time, that'll be the goal, but.
You've got a big game coming up. Obviously, you know what you need to do. Avoid defeat, you go through. We did see the 6-1 just now. Taking everything out, are you ready to lock in for this one game?
I'll be honest, the more I lock in, the worse I play. I play better when I'm sitting there just trolling. But like, not trolling as in, losing the 3-0 lead, but when I'm trolling, just having a laugh with Zach, I play well. So hopefully I can keep my spirits up, not get too overly locked in and just play the way I should be able to play.
Good luck, mate.
Thank you, mate.
I'll take that mic back. You're going to get yourself locked in. It's a big game. Who's going to finish top?
I'm in the best form of my life. No one can stop me. Honestly, let's just have a massive brawl up.
It's a lot of things that makes you good. I'll just try to be the same guy as I was and as I am.
El trofeo este año va a tener mi nombre. FC Pro Open, estoy aquí.
Think you have what it takes to beat me? Bring it on.
Well, it couldn't end any better way than it is. Round 5 to decide who is going to be the first player off to the FC Pro World Championships this year. I've got the absolute pleasure of being joined by Ryan Pessoa for it. Ryan, we joked about what could be and how it could end and who would go through, who wouldn't, but it cannot end any better way. Everything's to play for. 3rd spot and the World Championship ticket.
In a selfish way, I'm kind of happy the results have panned out in this manner. Of course, Stingray's sitting pretty top of the group. He's had a fantastic day. And it could work against him mentally. If he gets a draw, he qualifies for the FC Pro World Championship. I think that sometimes, subconsciously, could make you play a little bit different. But today, he's been flawless, pretty much.
He has been ridiculous today, as we said. He has 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 all the way through. It was Mark 11 who was able to put a little bit of a stop in his tracks and made it difficult for him, as it was a really crazy round 4 matchup. But this man here, Jafonso, he may have lost tonight, but he's always remained in matches. 3-0 down, he comes back to win 4-3. That really end-to-end game against Mark 11 came back after what was not a good performance at all to make that a 3-3 scoreline. And yes, he lost in the process to Faku Cohen, who was being the only player to beat him in the groups. Somehow, this table is shaped up like this. Whoever wins goes to the FC Pro World Championships. Stingray or Jafonso. Only one of them can make it there.
If you asked me this at the start of the day, though, would I have expected Jafonso to drop as many points this far in? I would have said no, because what is it, 2 losses already just today. As the Group A standings, you can see it at home here. Faku Cohen in 3rd, 11 points. Nick Sneb, 10 points. Mark 11 on 8. Sharif is still in there on the same points, but it's just a goal difference swing. For me, it's too much of a mountain to climb.
Especially
I'm just going to chalk him out.
Yeah,
I'm going to chalk him out of it for now. You never know, but for me, he's out of the conversation. Mark versus Faku Cohen is massive. If Faku Cohen wins that game, obviously he gets the spot. But if Mark 11 wins it and Nick Sneb draws, he also can get in. If Nick Sneb wins and Faku Cohen draws, he can get in. It's just, there's so many ways this group standings could unfold.
Well, we're going to get a poll going live right now to work out who on earth is going to win this game, Stingray or Jafonso. Who will top the group? Who will go to the FC Pro World Championships? They've got their upgrades on their item, a +2 for both of their players. He's already locked in and confirmed with 16 plus points and qualification to knockout stages. Let's get this one underway. Who will be the first name of the 32 at this year's FC Pro World Championships? Alongside that, guaranteeing themselves $25,000 in the process and a quarter-final spot at the FC Pro Open on the 1st of February.
I think he went at the first time through ball there. That would have potentially set R9 in on goal. Jafonso hasn't had the greatest of starts to games, but he looked for a Travello. He's going to play it inside. And those first-time balls for Jafonso, we saw it on week 1. Very fruitful in creating goal-scoring opportunities. The first-time volleys as well. Liao has been superb, though, Brandon, for a lot of the players today. Somebody that I sort of overlook at home. I wouldn't actually include him in any team that I was building. However, after today, he's definitely in the conversation.
This is it, our final round. Group A has delivered. And has been unpredictable as ever. Finesse from distance is the first warning shot fired from Jafonzo, who's had so much success, Ryan, from outside the box today. Trivelas, finesses.
Yeah, and I'm sure Stingray and Zach Moore will know that. I was looking at the goalkeeper movement from Stingray. He did actually move the keeper, despite the power and the aim being slightly a bit too much for Jafonzo. But you have to move the keeper there. You have to. Oh my goodness, a goal already.
Well,
in the Facu Cohen game. Wow.
Who's taking third spot? Is it Facu Cohen?
What? Hold on a minute. That ball is crazy. Oh my God.
Well, he didn't make it out of the group stages last time he was here at the FC Pro Open. This time he might just do that. Keeper comes chasing, Courtois gets a hand on it, but not full control.
I would love to see that goal back. I know production are busy, got a lot on their hands trying to update the group, the graphics and everything, but if there's a way, hold on, that ball was almost perfect.
What is Courtois doing? He comes to collect, but he doesn't hold on to the ball. End to end in these first 10 in-game minutes. Hansen Valverde finds Rolfo. Was there a finesse on the edge of the box, angling up from someone with a play style plus? Ryan, you asked for it. Production delivered once again for you.
Just look at McManaman's ball here. Look at this. The way this is whipped in. Oh my goodness. That ball is unbelievable. I don't even know what he's pressed for that.
It's like the perfect volley, wasn't it?
I don't know if it's an R1 square. I have no idea.
Rafael Leao. Bonmati on that finesse. Harry Kane hasn't really had a chance to get any involvement yet. Can he get it now? Xavi. Oh, he's cheating. Oh, it's beautiful. And it's an early sting.
I like you, done it.
In this match.
It's Harry Kane again. The first time through ball was beautiful. I thought he was going to take a touch and turn to shoot. Facu Cohen replay in this game. Xavi in behind. McManaman again. A player locked pass across. Vinicius Junior, top corner. 11 minutes in. Facu Cohen 2-0 up.
Stingray leading by a goal to nil. And that is how the table will stand. 24 points. 13 points from 15 tonight for Stingray, that would be as well. I know we're only starting this game. I know we're a long way away from an end result. But what a goal it was, Ryan.
Oh, a mistake as well from kickoff. He's giving it.
Could be on for a second it. Wins a corner. Elisa. Into Kane, who tries to offload it.
No way. Are you crazy? Look at the pace from Leao.
Rafael Leao, all the time in the world. Is he going to find a 1-1?
Oh,
Saved by Courtois.
The speed boost from Leao there was outrageous.
How did he even get the space?
Yeah, even though that's just to try it, I think Stingray was shocked as well that the pace was enough to get through a goal. And it's fallen the way of Mark 11. A very important one as well. Let's see how it's built up. It's a ball roll into a Trivela. Green time. And that's a route back into the game.
Well, big matches require a three-man commentary team. Richard Buckley joins us as this attack does unfold. Oh, no.
It's nice. It's unlucky.
Blocked in his tracks. Rich, what a start to these games already.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think Jafonzo had to score first in that game. I think Stingray, he can put the foot on the gas now. He can really take this game to Jafonzo. You saw Nixon put one in there.
That's huge. But again, it means nothing if Facu Cohen wins the game.
So many permutations.
Can he tee up a shot on the edge of the box here, Jafonzo?
See the move, just look at the keeper movement. He's moved him before he's even taken the touch.
Loving that finesse option from Bonmati, if he can just angle it up, which he can't this time. Rafael Leao, is there one more pass? Goes on his own again. Matched up with an all-important save.
So active with the goalie movement.
The thing is, he has to get it right, because if that's wrong and he goes the opposite corner, it's a goal.
Vinicius, Valverde power shot, it was timed red.
Offside.
Who knows where that was going to end up, and it will be offside.
He's got the flag out.
I'm the line on, don't you? I have to press the button to put the flag up.
Don't say that. 'cause
Yeah, people will believe me,
people will
actually. Sorry, I
believe
take that back. I take it back.
You can't make jokes like that, Ryan.
A press there, relentless from Jafonso. Vinicius, finesse!
Whoa!
Game on!
Wow. That stemmed, as you said, from the high pressing there from Jafonso. Incredibly well to pin Stingray in. The finesse shot, Green, top corner. It's well aimed there, Richard, from Vinicius Jr.
And there's no goalkeeper movement that can save that. It's postage stamp,
Yeah.
top bins, out of the reach of the goalkeeper, just always curling away from him. Vinny Jr., by the way, I think he's up there as one of the best finessers.
Yeah.
That finesse plus that he's got just is a little bit special. You can see the as it stands table right now. 22-point Stingray is top. A draw's enough. Avoid defeat and you finish top. Jafonso on 20, and then Facu Cohen squeaking in third at the moment.
As Richard said, whoever wins this game get that fast-track ticket to the FC Pro World Championships. We'll get a quarter-final place guaranteed for the FC Pro Open finals, which come on the 1st of February. Basically skip around. Second and third will have to play if they wish to get into those quarter-final stages. 30 minutes played here. Bonmati.
Oh, it's a bit too cute. It's offside again.
Into Haaland.
I don't know there.
Chance to break.
Do you think a finesse shot was on with Bonmati? Because that time the keeper actually movement, I don't think was there.
I just don't. He must not have backed it. He
Yeah.
must not have thought
Because
it.
when you think of it, it's a similar position to the Vinicius.
Absolutely,
It's just
just
on the
on the
opposite side, yeah.
Vitinha. Kane. Into online!
Beautiful goal.
Well, he may have been a bit quiet tonight, but he's usually the name that's always on the tip of your tongue.
That first touch from
It's
R9.
this one here. You take the touch back from where it came, and then it sets you up perfectly. You can't really jockey to prevent it. It's a lot easier to defend if R9 takes the touch to the opposite way.
Into the box.
Yeah, a lot easier to defend.
It wasn't just Stingray who found a goal. Sharif with one back against Nixneb. It doesn't do much for the rest of the table,
Yeah.
but it gives Facu Cohen a huge leg up in that fight for third.
And he's about to potentially concede. Oh, bring off Ferdinand, the pace
Good
there.
rally tonight.
Yeah, incredible pace. The group as it stands, Stingray 5 points clear, leading against Jafonso. Facu Cohen winning as well to cement top 3. There's still a long way to go though.
There's a lot on that 4th spot as well for people at home that might not know. You will get an invite back to the qualifier of next year's competition. You have to go through the online stage. You'll be invited to the offline tournament.
And you would argue that that spot is so valuable when you look towards Nixneb qualifying from Europe. And no disrespect whatsoever from Sharif qualifying over from Africa, or even Mark qualifying if he was to go forth from Oceania.
Still expect, yeah.
You expect those players
Yeah.
to go through their regions. Nixneb in a really competitive
Gauntlet.
Europe West region. It's a toss-up. You don't know who's going to come through.
Yeah.
Look at Bonanno.
Exactly, one of the best
year,
players.
Finished bottom of the group, didn't get that auto qualifier, and didn't make it through in his region.
Back to this one then, our main feature game, the game that decides who tops this table. Oh, look at that. We asked you for your prediction, who you think is going to win this game. You still think Jafonso is going to pull on through? Is he onside? Oh, no, and he is!
Sensational composure, wow. Wow.
Well, it's the first time we've seen Ronaldo Nazário back in teams. And he may have just saved his best performance till late. The timing of that run was perfection.
Player look was beautiful as well. Didn't even bother timing it in case he mistimed it. Just used the precision shooting to aim it to the corner.
How would Jafonso even defend that? Because he gambled to play him offside.
And I don't think that's a bad choice. But then again, it's very easy to say that, hindsight 2020, you could say that maybe he could have chosen the defender and ran back to cut that option of the lofted ball over the top.
Well, then he's just taking the space.
Exactly, and then he
into the
can,
box.
it's with Harry Kane, he can finesse.
Yeah.
He can do anything there, so.
We're going to have a yellow card here for a pretty deliberate foul. I'll be honest, it's a great animation. the R1X pullback.
Last chance maybe before half-time. It's another 30-plus yard finesse shot. So much to think about from Stingray in these moments, having to just adjust the goalkeeper move and worry about the shots coming from the edge of the box. Plus, what about these triggered runners?
It's quite interesting because I expected when we saw Kane R9 up top for Stingray, I expected R9 to be the one getting the ball dribbling, creating space, and Kane to be the one sort of pulling in behind that Drogba-esque role, when in reality Kane's the one getting it to feet, linking the play up, and R9's the one spinning in behind, sort of.
Yeah, see, I would expect that part just because Kane's passing. For like a first-time through ball, would I trust R9 or Kane? I would trust Kane to... And even still, we saw in the look just there, perfect. He's onside as well.
Look at the time. R9, hat-trick hero! All within the first 45 minutes.
We're asking questions of Harry Kane at the top of the day.
Literally. That was one of our points of discussion. R9 Ronaldo, again, doesn't need to time it there. You don't need to run the risk. And it's looking like Zachmo and Stingray will be at the FC Pro World Championship unless we see a crazy comeback from Jafonzo. Because Jafonzo has to win the game. Stingray could draw and still go through. A win here for Jafonzo is guaranteed, and at the start of the day, you wouldn't have expected this to happen.
I mean, Jafonzo has picked up, what, 7 points today? From 12? From 15, sorry.
Yeah, 7 from 15.
He picked up 12 from 15 week 1.
And at the moment for Stingray, he could be on for 13 points from 15 tonight with the ultimate revenge as well. Because last time they played, Jafonzo beat him 6 goals to 1. If there was any better time to get revenge, it would be in this game here. Which, as it currently stands, 4-1 he leads. It's all to do in the second half.
Oh, wow. That's a massive goal for Sharif. But actually, he still needs a goal difference.
Oh my God. I think the goal difference is too big.
Too much. Even if Faku Cohen loses it. But then again, that means, no, I don't think it's possible.
Well, we can do the math. CR7, what I can tell you, beautiful knockdown to Rafael Leao, heads it into his path, and a pretty simple finish, to be honest.
What's going on here?
Stingray. He's already scored.
There you go. Sharif will go into 4th.
Wow.
But the -10 is just so big, even if...
But even just for the spot for next year.
Yeah, Mark was to turn that game around. Still a long way to play. But that is the table as it stands right now.
Stingray has scored 26 goals tonight.
Does that go to show that if you put the coins in the attack,
yeah,
you'll get something out of it?
26 goals this man has scored. Alongside that, he has remained unbeaten tonight. And the facts he joked to you, Rich, about what, getting 7 points?
And if you're wondering and wanting to play like Stingray, we'll be revealing his tactics at the end of the day alongside all 5 other of our competitors. Stick with us. Those tactics will be coming your way in, what, probably, I would say, 12, 13 minutes time.
As it currently stands, your 3 players into the knockout stage of the FC Pro Open will be these 2, Stingray Jafonzo and Faku Cohen. But this could be the attack to solidify a spot in the World Championships for Stingray.
I thought that was offside.
Incredible.
Harry Kane, again. He baited the finesse.
Yeah, literally,
he thought we were going to finesse it, Ryan.
It's so dangerous here.
Come on.
Ryan's pretty convinced that were offside in the commentary position.
Hold on, this is a huge goal. Faku Cohen, first time shot. Vinicius Junior. Massive goal for him in this game.
Puts distance, 2 goals between him and the rest of the chasing pack. 14 points is what Faku Cohen will be sat on. This is a real decisive victory. Jafonzo will be in the knockouts. And I tell you what, I would go on a limb and say the other groups, B, C and D,
They'd be devastated.
would have been expecting Jofonzo to top this group after week 1. That's not the case.
Oh, that place is lovely. Imagine Jofonzo in a spot to advance later into the tournament and at a spot for the World Championships. You really do not want to play Jofonzo, unless you're Stingray.
I mean, he's really set a point tally, hasn't he, as well? Goals scored, points achieved.
Would he be 5 out of 5 today?
Unbeaten, but I
he
think
drew one game.
He drew
yeah.
around 4, if I'm not mistaken.
Chance, Elise, finesse!
Oh.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
So can this time hurry up, Stingray? Because he's probably also, I mean, you heard it in the interview, or should I say the promo, that Stingray said before this game. He would have known that Jofonzo put 5 past Sharif in
back-to-back time.
60 minutes.
Yeah, literally. But Jofonzo would need 5 goals without Stingray answering, and the way Stingray's been attacking,
doubtful.
There's going to be more goals in this game on his side.
The crazy part is, 12 months ago, Stingray wasn't even in the FC Pro Open, didn't even make the qualifier. This time round, he's played it perfectly.
We have to say, though, right from the start of the year, he's been outstanding in qualifying, in sort of local tournaments. Been very, very good this year.
And something that's been extraordinary from his goalkeeper movement. He's prevented so many goals just from the right decisions to move the goalkeeper.
His drafting selection as well has been, it's been different at times, but it's worked.
Eccentric, some would say. I mean, Harry Kane up top.
Nobody else would have chosen
People
him.
thought he was in there and then going to bring him off.
Yeah, for chemistry.
Yeah.
Kane has been outstanding.
Like, that's a massive risk, because if you don't get a note out of him, it's 4.5 million coins as a striker that you're not enjoying. You're not getting anything out of. And I know that he's one of the best players on the game, but it doesn't always happen. You don't always have a great performance.
Yeah.
For a player that costs, what, just under 500,000 coins in Harry Kane, that road to the knockouts in-game item has been superb.
He's on the rise as well. I just had a little look.
What's his price at now?
Price going up. I think you were up 4% when I looked.
It's about covers tax, just about.
19 minutes left. It's a long time before goals. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time Jofonzo had a chance, like a clear-cut one in this game. It's been a tough game for him.
And Stingray will not stop. Oh, stop it!
See you later.
A goal that deserves a World Championship spot. He will be there amongst the best 32 in the world.
That fake shot, trickster.
Sent him back in.
Not only did he send him in game, I'm telling you, Jofonzo's chair moved as well. He shuffled across thinking he was going to block it as well. Done. Crazy goal from Stingray. World Cup spot secured in January as well. Unbelievable. And somebody looking to get into the knockout stages, Fakou Cohen.
You also got to say as well for Stingray, that person behind him, Zach Moore, he's had a lot of ups, he's had a lot of downs. And that relationship between those two has always bred success. When you look back at 2v2 championships and 1v1 tournaments, but this would be a real crowning moment. This would be a world championship guaranteed in the bag. Later in the year, you're going to be there. This will be a quarter-final of an FC Pro Open.
Where
1 game away, you win that quarter-final, you're back next year at the Pro Open.
Yeah, and the thing is, they're in, not even just winning 1 game, they're in contention to win the whole thing.
$25,000 guaranteed from the Pro Open.
And for Twisted Minds, they only signed
investment.
They only signed him a couple of months ago. It was a late signing. They will have a player at the World Championships.
I'm going to leave you. I'm going to go and watch Fakou Cohen in action and see how that game rounds out. I think we can pretty much guarantee that Stingray will be top of this table.
He will be indeed. Richard Buckley will catch up later. He's going to go and get some of those all-important tactic codes as well that you can get at the end of the show today. Surely not another one. It's a cheeky chip. Stingray, you are unstoppable.
It's just been flawless, the way he's been building up. He could have passed it several times there with Xavi or Elise or R9, and he's picking the right times to trigger the runs, to play the first-time balls over the top. Incisive through balls, pinged passes. It's been unbelievable from Stingray.
He scored 29 goals tonight, Ryan.
You don't score that in a champs weekend.
I can see 29 goals in about 4 games.
Yeah, literally.
29 goals scored from this man. And his big spender, his big player, the 4.5 million man in R9 has really stepped up in this last game. And all that work, Ryan, all that hard work of practice games, hours of trying players, getting used to certain play styles, tactics. How good does it feel in this moment now?
You know it's paid off clearly, tenfold it's paid off. Because look at this, he's going to get number 8. Back post, Harry Kane. I think he won it that first time, but it doesn't matter. He's still leading by 6 goals. But as you said, just to put in the effort and the time behind the scenes, obviously for those at home, you only see the tournaments. You don't really see the amount of hours that I put in practicing, mastering the craft, watching gameplay, VOD reviewing. It all goes into making sure you're in an adequate position to make these type of moments count. Nick Sneb gets a goal back, red timed. Should never go in, I stand by that. But it's a way back in the game, but I still don't think it's enough because of Facu Cohen's performance against Mark 11.
It's important for Nick Sneb that, because as you said, how difficult spots are going to be in Europe to get out of the qualifier, even into the FC Pro Open qualifier next, or this time later this year, is massive in itself. 7-1. Stingray is leading against the Esports World Cup champion. They both will be in the FC Pro Open finals on February 1st. Stingray will be in the quarterfinals already without a ball being kicked. Jafonza will have to go through an extra round. Facu Cohen, we're here and it's just wrapped up the game.
Post.
He will be taking 3rd spot. We'll see you again on February 1st, my friend, after being group last year. He will be amongst those in the knockout stages.
I think that means as well, Mark 11, bottom of the group, back-to-back years. It's not been a tournament to remember for him.
Well, I don't think he can quite believe what has happened for that man tonight. A ridiculous performance, one that really couldn't be any better.
I wonder if the...
I don't know what's happened there, but there was a little bit of afters in that game when that goal was just gone in. And in time of 2 minutes, it's done and dusted. Stingray is in the FC Pro World Championships. The first name of 32 to make it to the biggest event of the year. And he's done it 5 months early. We will see you later this year. There is no better way to start your season.
Incredible performance from Stingray today. You have to remember, he was on 9 points. He was only 3 points behind Jafonzo, but not only has he caught up to him, he's left him in the dust as well. Sensational stuff from Stingray to get a World Cup spot deserved.
What a performance.
Incredible.
28 goals, I think he scored tonight. 13 points from 15.
Who's put a coin in him?
I think he's saying 15. I think I'm right. I'm sure it's 15 points. I'm trying to think where he dropped the draw. I don't remember the draw. I don't remember the draw. Having you do a bit of research here.
I think it was Mark 11 he drew against, though.
No, because that was 4-3. Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
Well, Mark has dropped the controller here. It looks like Facu Cohen is definitely going to be taking that final spot. Congratulations to Facu Cohen. He will be amongst the knockout stages of this tournament. Commiserations to Mark 11. Unfortunately, doesn't make out the group stages this time round. And you would be right, it was 15 points from 15. The table was tricking me, sorry. He has had the most convincing performance we have seen from any player in the FC Pro Open so far. He has set the bar for points, goals scored. And as Richard was saying, if he comes back to the FC Pro Open finals and just wins one game,
guarantees a spot next year.
By Feb 1st, he's already qualified himself for next year's tournament, the World Championships. Doesn't even need to bother playing in the FC Pro leagues that I'm sure he will be in with Ipswich Town in the Premier League. Facu Cohen's got a smile on his face. He's in the top 3. He'll be back in the knockout stages.
I have to give Richard a bit of credit here. I don't know if he can hear me, but he did actually predict Facu Cohen. We did say, no, he's looking at me. We did say he played well the first week. And Facu Cohen has done his
just look
followers
around
and
the room
support
at the
crowd.
moment here. You've just got 6 different players in all different mindsets and displaying completely different emotions here.
Yeah.
For some players, they've got to go back to leagues to try and get back to the World Championships. For some players, it could be the end of the season.
I'm gutted that the camera, I don't think, picked up what happened between Sharif and Mixneb. I'm gutted. That was... I've not seen that before.
I don't know what happened in the game. All I saw was Sharif was off his feet and shushing Mixneb in that game. I mean, I don't know if we had it confirmed or not. Who took 4th spot? Was it Sharif?
Sharif, if he won, yeah, because he scored the winner to make it 3-2. That means Sharif cemented 4th spot in that group.
Well, there we have it. What a first Group A that has been. The best part is we get to do this again for the next 3 weeks here in the FC Pro Open. We can only hope, Brian, it's as good as that was.
Yeah, exactly. I'm lost for words. I'm lost for words entirely. There were so many ways for other players to advance in the group. I'm surprised it came down to that narrow margin between Facu Cohen, Sharif, Mark 11 and Mixneb. Someone had to take control there, and Facu Cohen did.
Yeah, someone else who took control as well of this group was Stingray, joined by FG now, and he's in the FC Pro World Championships. FG, how's he feeling?
Oh, well, as you can imagine, our PlayStation Tournament Player of the Day, Stingray, is absolutely ecstatic. It's January. You have booked a place, not only in the further stage of this tournament, but in the World Championships. Top of the group, how are you feeling?
I'll be honest, it's not sunk in yet. I just can't believe it. That last game was... I could have played that 100 times. I don't think I would have got a 7-1 win there. And to get it when it matters the most, it means more than I can put into words.
I mean, look, as performances go, today was absolutely pretty much perfect. I remember speaking to him week 1 before that Jafonso fixture, and it seemed like a completely different Stingray to the one that I'd say Richard Buckley interviewed, but it wasn't really an interview. It was you speaking to the camera WWE mode. What's changed? Like, what changed in that mentality between them 2 games?
I'll be honest. The main thing I've worked on since that week is my mental, and my friends that have been in Discord with, Zach, they can tell you that they wouldn't have expected me to be this calm. I've been absolutely stressed out my mind. But yeah, my mental game's been just, yeah. Honestly, I just can't believe it.
Well, listen, you deserve every single moment. I mean, let's talk a little bit about Zach as well, your coach, Zach Moore. I mean, it's been ups and downs for him as well. What a guy. He is absolutely ecstatic. He's somewhere running around the studio right now. Let's have a word on him.
I can't give you a word. Like, that fella, I love to absolute pieces. He means so much to me. He's one of my best friends. I'm grateful to have him as my coach, let alone like one of my best friends in my life. I love him, and nobody deserves this more than him.
Let's see if he's around somewhere. Zach, we can see you at the end of the studio. Come and join us to the front. I know he's trying to hide away from the camera. He's jogging in now.
Go on, Zach.
Look, I mean, this man deserves so much credit, because I know how difficult it's been for him. You'll come round this way and you can run in front of the camera. It's all about you this one, Zach. So welcoming Zach to the front. Zach, first things first, how proud are you of this man? I'll have to give him the mic, yeah.
I'm so proud of him. He's so talented, and I think today, the mentality was the difference. I think the first week maybe let us down, and you'll know himself. A lot of the time it let him down, but with 3-0 down in the one game, come back to win 4-3, and that was the difference.
I mean, what does a coach say when his players qualified for a World Championships in January?
I mean, I've got to keep him motivated now. That's the hard part. I mean, the good thing, we got a free shot at the Premier League.
So it's not, we don't have to win now, we'd like to win it, but we've got the World Championship spot, that's all that matters, and hopefully in February we can win the title.
I mean, Stingray, it feels like you two are just a dynamic duo. There's such a good chemistry between you two. Even when things aren't necessarily going right, it seems like you've got that understanding and that friendship as well.
Yeah, there's nobody that I trust more than Zach, like, at all. He just knows everything. The guy's a little nerd. Like, anything that I need, he knows.
Harry Kane, whose choice was it?
Listen, I'm going to take the credit for that. That was an Italian man. He must have thought I was an absolute nutcase. I rock up to a practice game with Harry Kane. He's bagging a hat-trick a game.
Well, listen, I know a lot of you guys who are watching at home are probably wondering what this man's tactics are and what his coach is saying to him. Listen, I want you to go and join Pieface over there in the pod. We'll come to you very shortly. Zach, thank you so much. Congratulations to you both. Mr. Richard Buckley has got some tactic codes for you as well, so be ready to see if you can match some of what the ones our players have been using.
Yes, FG, I certainly do have some tactics. I'm here with Jafonso, obviously disappointed not to finish top, but you finished second in the group and you progress into the knockouts. The main question I want to ask you, in this team now, in your tactic, what changed from week 1 to week 5? Did you change anything in the team?
Yeah, I'm playing Theo Hernandez as a wing back.
Okay, so...
And
what was it before?
Also, before was fullback, balanced.
Okay.
And now, in the old instructions, now is ball winning instead of only defend.
And why did you change that?
Because I think the center midfielders defend better.
Okay. Yeah. The rest of the team, this is what it plays like without the ball. When you do have possession, it's more of a 4-2-3-1 with the wide mids and Vinny Jr. and Hansen getting closer.
Mm-hmm.
Is inside forward the best role for you? Do you think that's the one?
I think it depends. I think today I didn't made a lot of things with my wingers, so maybe inside forward is past.
And you don't have a lot of players on role plus. Obviously Mbappe, the defenders and the goalkeeper, the only players on plus roles. Do you feel like the next time you come to play, you want to get more players on role plus, or does it not make that much of a difference for you?
Maybe. That's a thing that I have to do at home and to see. But yeah, that's the thing that I will have an eye.
Obviously, you know what's coming up, the Pro Open knockouts. Are you still in the lab? Are you still trying to find out the perfect formation, the perfect tactics?
Yeah, I think the game is always changing. So yeah, you need to every day to try to understand the game. So yeah, I think I still didn't find the best tactic for me, the one that I feel most comfortable. But yeah, let's see in February.
Well, you see, even the pros are still trying to find out that perfect tactic. I appreciate you speaking to me after a tough day. Someone who's had a much better day, he's only sat right there, Pieface and Stingray. What have you been using?
I've been in 4-4-2, mate.
I love it.
Pure proper football, you know, put it in there and keep out of ours.
I'm a big fan. Now, the thing is, I actually use Michael Evans 4-4-2.
I'm sorry.
But I'm going to have to copy your code after this, I think. Now, one thing we do have in common is I use Hernandez with no role because I feel like I don't like his plus. But just talk us through kind of what you're going for defensively. Do you like having these role pluses on the players?
I think for some positions it matters. Like for me, the centre backs are massive, and if they have plus, it's fine. But nothing, and I'll be honest, they're a bunch of clowns at the back.
Yeah, and so what have you changed from the first week to this week?
So in the first week I was in 4-2-1-3. I was getting absolutely hammered in practice in 4-4-2.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm not playing it, I'm getting out of it. So I went 4-4-2, copied, I think these are Texas tactics, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm unbelievable with them.
Yeah, because then with the ball, I was kind of, it almost plays like a 4-2-4.
Yeah.
It's with a very narrow defence. I'm guessing that just suits your play style, considering how many goals you scored today. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been known to attack and not defend, so, you know, these guys just get everyone forward.
Yeah, and what are your preferred places? I love the inside forward. Would you say plus makes a massive difference compared to plus, or?
I think here, plus does make a big difference. They actually, I noticed Leao sometimes drifts wider when he's on inside forward for no reason.
Yeah.
But Elise is always there, he's always trying to attack.
Oh, I tell you something though, I am giving this code a try after. I'm going to give it a go. because I don't know, I love it, and I love the roll pluses. But congrats again, mate.
Thank you, mate.
And FG, over to you, my friend.
Thank you, Mr. Pieface. That's class. Them tactics from Stingray. 4-4-2. What are we thinking, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm a 4-4-2 merchant, so I think I need to jot them down when they post them online on socials and make sure and implement it into my ultimate team.
Listen, I mean, go on, Mr. Buckley.
Quite interesting when you heard them both talking about the tactics. Jafonso barely had any players on roll plus. Stingray saying it makes a big difference.
I agree.
I think the big takeaway for me, we've seen 5 weeks now, a lot of the pros don't know what they want to use still. It's still really up in the air. They've not mastered the IQ in the game yet.
Well, listen, here's the codes on the screen for you right now. Mr. Brandon Smith, I mean, apart from the obvious Stingray, who was absolutely sensational today, for a man who gets, I'd say, 5 or 6 wins in the weekend league, which code are you picking?
Any. No, I think, look, you can't not look at Stingray as much as you're telling me to go against it. He's got like 29 goals tonight. Like, something's clearly working there, but as Rich said, all those tactic codes are different to what they were 4 weeks ago.
Who would I say, Ryan?
Faku Cohen.
Correct.
What makes Faku Cohen?
It's just really, really entertaining to watch. And if I can get 5% of that, I'm all in.
Well, listen, I'm going to try every single one of these tactics. We're now joined as well on the host desk by the man himself, Mr. Pieface. Unfortunately, he stood next to me, making me look short. Don't really like that. Thank you. You sit yourself down. Let's take a look at the Group A tables, shall we? And the final state of affairs. I don't know how long you're going to stand like that.
The graphic said,
Stingray was sensational today, Pieface. Jafonso and Faku Cohen make up the top 3-2.
Yeah, I was just having a good chat with Stingray there. Ridiculous performance. And on the other side, Nick Sneb. How many times did you say it today, Ryan? He just needs one win. He just needs one win. I don't think we would have seen him finishing 5th at the start of the day.
Brandon, the margins in this tournament are so fine. It literally comes down to sometimes one goal, one moment, one attack. It was. I think if you look at all of the players as well, you look at Sharif, who finished in 4th place, even Mark 11. There were moments throughout these 2 weeks where if the fine margins had gone their way, they would have been in completely different positions.
100%. I think we came into tonight with a 5-point gap between bottom and 3rd place. And that 5-point gap felt like nothing with how tonight was continuously unfolding. And the best part is, FG, when we come back for future weeks, the gap's smaller than 5 points in some of those groups. It's like 2 or 3 points. So we should be in for some crazy weeks.
I mean, we thought it was going to be all Jafonso. We thought Jafonso was taking that World Championship spot, Buckley. And that didn't go that way. Did you expect Stingray to be the one to finish top today?
I'm going to say no. I didn't expect it, but I also didn't expect Jafonso to be as poor as he was.
Yeah, he was.
After the first week.
Even the first game.
I mean, Stingray, he's picked up some serious points. He got momentum all the way through, and he's the first name in the 32 in the World Championship.
He's also the first man to have his own qualified graphic. I wish you'd stand like that next to me, to be quite honest with you.
Do you want me to do that, mate?
Massive congratulations once again to Stingray. He is qualified for the FC Pro World Championship. Let's just touch on that again, Ryan. In January, to have that for your season is massive.
Yeah, it goes on to the other tournaments he plays because
sorry.
The pressure's completely off of his shoulders. He can play with a lot more freedom, less pressure, and I think that might help him as well.
Listen, the fun's not stopping, by the way, because it's Group B next week.
Oh.
Brandon, you are going to be sensational on the commentary box like you always are. The best commentator in the world, by the way. Look at the names we've got in this group. We've got Anders Vergang, of course.
That's it. That's.
Pie's ready for it.
I love it. I love it.
Who else are you looking forward to seeing?
Bishore's there, and I think Anders Vergang wants a bit of revenge. Nicholas, the Iceman, is there. Again, wow. It's a crazy, crazy group.
I can't wait for next week. I don't know about you guys watching. Let's take a look at the table as well. Mr. Richard Buckley, I want you to go out on a limb, pal. I want you to give me a prediction as to who's getting that World Championship spot next week.
I think it will end as we ended week 1 in Group B. I think Manu Bishore will be top. I picked him to go on and win the FC Pro Open right before we even kicked off. I think he embodies a lot of what the other players are really good at and combines it together, and he's been to the top of the mountain like Anders has before, winning a World Championship. I think it will be tight, and I'm also going to go on another limb. I think one of those 4 players in the top 4 will finish bottom.
Oh, wow. Okay, wow,
I think we'll see a capitulation.
Really?
I'm backing Anders, I think, for next week, because if I don't back him, I'm sure he'll be very unhappy with me, and I want to keep him very, very happy. Listen, speaking of keeping us happy, Pie, you've been sensational on the broadcast today. We will see you again on the finals day. As he said once, I guess that's class. Brandon, Ryan, thank you guys. Mr. Richard Buckley, thank you as ever. And most importantly, thank you to everyone who tuned in for week 5. And week 6 is coming next week, so we can't wait to see you then.